No.
Calculate it on phone.
Oh, by the way, I didn't finish watching the entire live stream, so I have no idea where the fuck we are.
I
Okay.
finished most of it, but I'm still confused because of the.
Basic summary. Man on boat. He got kidnapped and has been put on boat. Solved
that boat
puzzle to get
is
out of
going
his
underwater.
initial. Yep, solved puzzle to get out of his original place he was being held. Has met up with 8 other people. The rules of the game were announced, and now they're looking around.
Or the rules.
Okay.
The rules are you're in a giant ship. There are a bunch of doors around. You can enter the doors via a specific method that I'm sure they will explain. Basically math. Your goal is to find the number 9 door and escape. You have 9 hours to do so.
By the way, we're live.
Yeah, and there will be death.
By the way, we're live.
Is there guaranteed death? Is there a way you could get out of the game with no one dying?
Probably
You'll
not.
see.
Let's just reveal that major detail for
Hey,
you. real quick.
Unidated. Hey, Ellis. Hey, Baby
Yeah.
Pig. Oh, and also there
Hello,
are
guys.
there
Welcome back to
are,
another epic live stream.
I don't think I told you this the first stream. There are choices. I will be leaving the choices entirely up to you. Those choices heavily dictate your ending. Every single
Oh,
one of
fun.
them do.
And because you already know all the answers, right?
Yes, I've seen the entire story.
Do the puzzle dictate that?
No, the puzzles do not dictate that. It's just the choices.
We're gonna fucking die.
Oh, wait.
This
Are you gonna
game
share the game
has...
to us?
Let me look it up real quick.
Are you gonna?
Hold on. I've
John,
Give me a minute.
Wednesday is going to be my last time. Well, not the last time. It'll be a time where I won't be on live streams for a couple streams. So the 28th
Okay.
is the last day. I'll basically be here for a little bit.
Okay.
Hold on. I think I'm gonna miss out on
Oh yeah.
4 streams,
John, I won't be able to do my
maybe
stream
4 or
tomorrow.
5 streams.
I
I'm
won't
going
be
on
able to do
vacation
my
for
stream
11 days.
tomorrow.
I love when people talk over each other.
I won't be able to do my stream tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, finally, we can see the game.
Oh, then never
Anyway,
mind.
this game has 6 endings. Only one of them being good.
Oh, they should have gotten 3 more.
I hope you guys heard me.
Yeah.
There are
Yep.
6
There's 6 endings,
There we
only
go.
one of them matter.
Yes.
There.
Well, I
This
wouldn't
game's-
say only one of them matters.
Hey, John, this 6 end. That doesn't make sense. Isn't this supposed to be 9 endings?
Nah, I guess
Yeah,
they
that's what I
couldn't put
said.
it all. Which is
Fuck.
funny because in this game there are 6 endings. In the sequel, there are way more than 9.
Hmm.
Oh, there's a sequel. Fuck.
And
Is
we're
it
playing both.
10, 10, 10. No. It's
We're
Zero
never getting
Escape. That
strikers.
one's the sequel, right?
We might hold off on playing the sequel until after the Persona Madness.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I still have the Persona juice flowing with me, John.
So
That's
no,
gone.
no.
that's
That
how you
sounds
know
like
it's a
a-
good game.
Would you say that power courses through you?
Holy
Yes.
shit.
Yeah. Alright,
So
let's go
yeah.
ahead and get started.
I tried taking out my glasses, but a bunch
I'm
of blood
probably
come
gonna
out.
only stream for like 2.5
Yeah,
hours today.
John
so
Hartless
let's
has
get
something
moving.
to say.
That's
What?
not bad.
So 999 and Strikers and Tactica.
999, then Strikers, then Mario, then Tactica.
What Mario?
The
Wonder.
Wonder. Then Persona 3, then sequel
Sequel.
to this.
Oh. And then 6 when it comes out.
Whenever the fuck it comes out.
How long is this
Alright,
game?
here we go.
Persona fans begging Atlas to make a Persona 6.
Okay. So we're looking around at each of the doors. That's where we
Saturn.
are right now. Hold on 1 second. I need to adjust some volume.
That's the sign for Saturn.
Cool. Only nerds would know that, honestly.
It was literally explained right where we left off.
Yes.
Well, I wasn't watching
All right.
right where you left off.
There's one thing that I was not really able to properly explain to Felipe. Hopefully the game will get to it.
Oh.
Alright. The card reader also had a strange mark on it. It looked like a lowercase h with a dash written across the upper stem of the H. Junpei stared at it for a while. This is the symbol of Saturn. It's an astrological symbol. Then the mark on the other door, I think that was the sun symbol. They had seen the same symbols on A deck. There was a door on either side of the stairs. The one on the left had a keyhole with a similar symbol engraved on it. This is an Earth symbol. The horizontal line symbolizes the equator and the vertical one represents the prime meridian. Junpei looked up at the ceiling. There was a great circle cut in it, perhaps for a skylight or a glass dome, but it had been filled with a gargantuan metal plate. The metal looked very solid. Anything short of an explosive charge was unlikely to damage it. There were several windows along both sides of the ship, or at least there had been. They too were covered with metal plates. In other words, we're trapped. All the exits go nowhere. Junpei was not happy. The girl with pink hair spoke up. Well, I'm sure they go somewhere. We just can't open them. Then the mountain spoke. You don't know that. For all we know, they just open into walls or take us in circles.
Yeah, what is those lips?
The prince did not agree. No, I'm sure they go somewhere. Otherwise, what point would there be? And we can open them. Well, 2 of them, at least.
It's like a love
that's
child
what-
between Akechi and Adachi.
Oh, God. You mean the numbered doors? All eyes turned towards the doors with numbers on them. The atmosphere in the room grew tense. Hey, wait a minute. I think I said this earlier, but I don't think we should do that.
The boobs.
The dancer moved in front of the doors as if to block them. We'd have to
Oh,
be
God,
crazy to
possibly.
open these doors. If we do that, we're doing exactly what Zero wants us to do. Suddenly, everyone began to speak at once.
No, that's just
I
like
agree.
us.
I don't. That's a terrible idea. We should keep going. We should stay here. We don't have any other way to open any of these doors. We should just wait. Someone's bound to come find us. We don't have time for that. In 8.5 hours, this ship is going to sink. The clamor of voices made it next to impossible to determine who was saying what. Their
Right,
arguments
it's just
grew
like
more
us.
and more intense until people were shouting and screaming at one another.
It's just like us.
Junpei had remained silent, but at last he could take no more. Hey! Shut up!
Yeah, it's just like me.
They fell silent, and all eyes turned to Junpei. He felt each stare burning into him, but he refused to flinch. Before we try and decide where we're going to go, there's something else we ought to do. What's that? We need to exchange information. We don't know anything about each other. I want to know who you guys are. Who you are, where you came from, why you ended up here. Don't tell me you aren't curious, too. They were silent. Some of them looked the other way, or bit their lip, or crossed their arms and stared at the ceiling. But one of them spoke up. It was Akane. I agree. I think Jumpy is right. Jumpy? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about him. I just call him Jumpy. His name is Junpei. She pointed toward Junpei. We're childhood friends. We went to the same elementary school. Who left?
I don't know.
Oh, it was
I don't
Slate.
know.
No, I didn't see.
I mean,
Wait, who was here before?
Summer?
Oh,
I
it was
don't-
Summer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, stop! Don't tell us stuff we didn't ask you about. Zero's probably watching us right now. What are you gonna do if he's listening in? Would that be bad? Hell yeah, it would! We don't know how much that bastard knows about us. Maybe he just picked a bunch of random people to kidnap. If that is the case, then it'd be dangerous for us to let him know too much. If Zero knows who we are, he could go about after our families. Maybe he'd tell us he had him to get us to do stuff, you know? But we still need to know what our names are. It's gonna be hard to talk to each other if we don't have names. Alright, then why don't we have code names? To him, apparently, it seemed like the obvious solution. Code names? Yeah, we each pick something. Like, I'll be 7. 7? Why are you 7? Seemed a fair question. Mountain stuck out his left arm. Because his bracelet number says 7. Oh, I get it. Yeah, that's a good idea. He smirked. Alright, I'm gonna be Santa. Any of you chumps know Japanese? No? Well, San means 3, so I'll be Santa. You know, like Santa Claus? Fits, don't you think?
But
No.
Then
I thought San is pronounced like San.
San, it's San. Yes, San. Okay.
Darn.
Then maybe it's
Darn.
Santa.
Yeah.
Darn.
Just
Wait,
like
this guy
Santa
Sans?
Claus.
Sans?
Then your bracelet
Unless
number.
he's saying Santa Claus, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's got a 3 on it. Good job, Grandpa.
Grandma.
Just like the mountain had done, Silver thrust out his left hand. Sure enough, the face of his bracelet read 3. Very well then. I'll go next, shall I? My bracelet number is 1. Given that, I think Ace seems appropriate.
Hey, he's looking good, please.
I'll be Lotus then. As I'm sure you all know, it has 8 petals. Which means, of course, that my bracelet number is... 8. I would appreciate it if you would call me Snake. My bracelet number is 2.
Yo, Slade.
Since Ace has
Oh,
chosen
Slade
cards,
me.
then I choose Dice. Snake Eyes, clearly. Which is particularly relevant, given that I am blind. Blind? Really? He'd kept his eyes closed during their entire ordeal, which had suggested something strange. But to hear it
Blade's
so
blind?
casually... Yes, Snake's blind. It was something of a surprise. Everyone
Then
seemed
how
a
do
little
we
nervous at the
know-
Princess Proclamation, but no one
How,
seemed
how
to
did
know
he
how to
know
react to
what
it.
his number was?
Yeah, wait a minute.
There was one person, however, who didn't seem to be surprised in the least.
How do you
The girl
know?
with pink hair. I want to be Clover. You know, like a 4-leaf clover.
You'll see.
Good luck, right? Looking almost bored, she held out her left hand.
Believe it or not, questions do get answered.
The face of her bracelet showed the number 4. They'd come around to Junpei. He held out his bracelet.
It's 9. Wait,
Alright,
what?
my
No.
number's 5, so my code name's
No,
gonna be...
Felipe, there is no 9.
Well, I have one. It's not like there's any point to it now. The answer cut him off in mid-sentence. I mean, we all know your name already. You're Junpei. Oh. They all nodded. Akane stepped
You're
forward
Junpei from
nervously.
Persona 3.
Then you should all call me by my name, too. Because, I mean, it doesn't seem fair to Jumpy. You're thinking it's not cool for you to hide your name after you told us his? Connie fidgeted awkwardly. Junpei decided he had to do something. What's your bracelet number? It's 6. Hesitated for a moment, then held out her left hand.
Oh, I just want to
As she-
mention, these bracelets look extremely painful.
Yeah, as she'd claimed, the bracelet's face showed a 6. Junpei looked at it for a moment and thought. Alright then, why don't we call you June? June.
Every
Yeah, you
day
know,
is
it's the
great
6th month of the
at
year.
your June.
Say you're June. Jumpy. Akane muted her hands and looked up at Junpei, uncertain. He smiled back at her, reassuringly. Are you good with that? She thought about it for a few more minutes, then seemed to come to a decision and gave Junpei a small nod.
Wait,
Done.
Their
This
names
is not a
decided,
call, grown
Junpei
up.
ran over them quickly in his head.
Yep. Things
What?
will be figured out.
1 was Ace, 2 was Snake, 3 was Santa, 4 was Clover,
And
5 was Junpei's number. Akane was 6, and Junpei had given her the code name of June. 7 was 7, and 8 was Lotus. That meant that 8 of us, including
Oh,
Junpei,
that one's
had
very
revealed their
creative.
bracelet numbers.
wait a minute.
And there was still one person left.
What are you saying, Heartless?
He was the
yeah,
man with
yeah,
glasses and
yeah.
hair like a
Who's
bird's
this
nest.
weeb?
He hadn't said anything since they'd met on the stairs, and he didn't look like the sort of person who was inclined to conversation.
He's also not wearing a bracelet.
His skin was pale, his breathing was heavy, and he was soaked with nervous sweat. His behavior seemed
Who's
very
this
suspicious,
nerd?
or perhaps was simply emotionally unstable.
Among Us.
us.
It was difficult to tell. Whatever the case, it seemed clear that he had only a fingertip's worth of a grip on his sanity. The girl with pink hair, Clover, walked up to him, slowly. She put her hands on her hips and eyed him suspiciously. "What number are you?" He didn't answer. His bloodshot eyes twitched from person to person, and his breath came in hot pants. "Hey, I'm talking to you." The man licked his dry lips with a shaking tongue and spoke with a voice like old paper. Isn't it obvious? There are 9 people here, and you know who numbers 1 through 8 are. I'm the only one left. So you're 9. Yeah. He extended a trembling arm.
Where'd
The
that
bracelet
come
did
from?
indeed say 9.
Where'd that go?
It's just
It
not
was
on there.
underneath his sleeve.
Clover looked at it contemptuously. What's your code name? Code name? What do you want us to call you? We all made up
9.
names. You should too. I don't need one. Why not? Because I'm not going to stay here with you. He took a shuddering breath and exhaled. Clover looked at him with something very like disgust. You got some sort of plan? I do. Yeah? What's that? You sure you want to know? Yeah?
I'm gonna kill all of you.
I'm
Alright.
gonna kill him, Clove.
Let me show you. I'm gonna do this! Aye! By the time they realized what he was doing, it was too late to stop him. The man's body moved like a snake's. In the blink of an eye, he had slid around behind her and wrapped his arm around her waist. Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing? Silver, Santa, spread forward toward Clover, the 9th man. He was halfway there when... Stay back! Suddenly, the man's hand dove into his pocket. Came back out with a
I was
knife.
kidding! I was kidding!
A pocket knife. He held it to Clover's pale, quivering neck. If you get any closer, I'll cut her open! Santa skidded to a halt. He snarled at the scrawny man with a knife and gritted his teeth. Yes, that's right. The man's smile was neither friendly nor reassuring. Sweat poured down his neck, soaking the collar of his shirt. Clover, are you alright? The prince, Snake's voice sounded oddly concerned. Yeah, I'm
Oh
fine.
wait, I fucking forgot. How did Snake fucking know that his number was 2?
Anyway, her voice shook, making her words
Wait.
less convincing.
It
We
will
don't
be
know. Got it.
explained
They
later.
will explain it.
Okay.
It will make sense.
As most things in games, they typically explain details.
What the hell are you trying to do? I told you. This is my plan. What are you gonna do to her, you sick son of a bitch? Don't worry. I'm not gonna do anything to her. If she just does what I tell her to, I'll let her go. He started to move backward, slowly, keeping his grip on Clover. Keeping their distance, Junpei and the others followed. Eventually, the man reached the wall. He gave a start as his back touched it, and glanced around quickly and spoke.
Oh, they're done. Oh, their nonary route is 4. They're gonna go through the 4 door.
Verify. Huh? The left. Look on your left. Do you see the device on the wall? Place your hand on the scanner panel, the round part.
Wait, but that's only 2 people.
What if I don't? The man's nostrils flared and he looked like he was about to choke. Are you an idiot? What do you think? I could slit your throat right now. I'll kill you if I have to. All I need is your bracelet. Just do it. Do it now. He pressed the knife against Clover's neck, hard. Slowly, she stretched her left hand out toward the device. Her back to it was to it, and she had to feel around for a moment before she found the circular panel. It made a cold electronic noise on the display above her hand. An asterisk appeared. Do we remember her number? It's right there if you don't.
Yeah, 4, 9.
Yep.
Which would be 13.
Let's
1
explain
thing
this
is
to
4.
Felipe now. What number is on the door, Felipe, that they're going into?
He's
Probably
muted.
4.
Good answer. Okay, we'll explain it to him later.
Probably 4.
Yes, they're going through the 4 door. Because there's 4 and 9, which would be 13. The nonary route, it would be 1 plus 3, which is 4.
The digital route specifically is what you're looking for. Alright, asterisk appeared. Sorry I had to babysit, but still in VC. Okay, Felipe. Okay, so here's how you get into the doors. The 9-man and Clover are trying to go through the 4th door. So, you add up the numbers that their bracelets have. 9 plus 4 is 13. Then you add up the digits of that number, and whatever that equals is the door you can go through. So 1
So at
plus
this
3
point,
is 4.
13 would be 1 plus 3.
Which equals 4, which means they can go through that door.
Except they can't, because didn't they say only that it had to be a minimum of 3 people?
You'll see. So that's how it works, Junpei thought to himself. By placing one's palm on what the ninth man had called the scanner panel, the user's bracelet number would be entered into the device.
How the hell did he know that?
Should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets and find that the digital root of that number is equal to the number of that door,
That's how.
the door will open. Junpei shifted his eyes to the door itself. Don't worry, you don't have to know. You don't have to do any math related to this. The game will mostly do it itself. The number on it was 5.
What? Are they dumb?
The ninth man seemed to know a little
Yes.
more about the device's operation than he should. How had he known exactly what to do? Good, you're done. Next. His bloodshot eyes crept from person to person until finally, they stopped on the lion, Ace. You, right? You're the one with the number 1 bracelet, right? Yes, I am. So? Then you're next. Just verify your number like this little brat did. What are you doing? Do it! Don't you care what happens to her? Okay, just calm down. Ace held up his hands, palms out. The ninth man jerked his chin toward the device. Slowly, cautiously, Ace moved toward the device. After what seemed like an agonizing eternity, he reached it. Now, verify. Ace nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. The device beeped again, and a second asterisk appeared. Now the device had Clover and Ace's numbers. 4 and 1. 4 plus 1
that's
equals
smart.
5. The same as the number written on the door. But it wouldn't open just yet. Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door. The door needed at least one more person. Who would that be? Get back! His voice shook, but the knife he held to Clover's throat made his words a command. Ace took 2, then 3 steps back. No, farther! More than that! Go all the way back! Slowly, Ace did as he was told. Ninth man's lips curled into a cruel, twisted smile. That was when Junpei understood his plan. Clover's 4 and Ace's 1, added to the ninth man's 9. 4 plus 1 plus 9 equals 14. 1 plus 4 equals 5. In other words... Thank God you were all so cooperative! Now I can get out of this nightmare! He pressed his own hand against the scanner panel. A third asterisk appeared on the screen. He dropped his hand to the lever on the side of the device and pulled. The door opened with a heavy metallic groan. He let go of Clover. Wait! Junpei leapt toward the ninth man, but he wasn't fast enough. The man shoved Clover and hopped through the door. Okay, have a good one, guys. I'm going off ahead now. Well then, goodbye. He raised his hand and waved, a twisted smirk on his face. Then he was gone. The door ground shut with a dull clang of metal on metal. Clover, are you alright? Snake ran to Clover's side as she lay on the floor. Yeah, I'm fine. She climbed unsteadily to her feet, and once there, leaned heavily on Snake's shoulder for support. Junpei ran to the door. The others followed him. Several pairs of hands grabbed hold of the handles and pulled. They grunted and strained, but... Shit! It won't budge! That was when Lotus, the dancer, spoke. Her voice was quiet. Did you hear something? Like what? Like some sort of beeping. Junpei pressed his ear against the cold metal of the door. The others did the same. You're right, I can hear it too. What is it?
Beeping is not good.
Then they heard something else. It was the ninth man. Shit! Why isn't it stopping? God damn it! You lied! Lied? This wasn't supposed to happen! This is wrong! This is wrong! His voice shook with fear. Safe on the outside, they stepped back from the door and looked at one another. What is happening in there? Open the door! Please! I'm begging you! Help me! Please get me out of here! Get me out of here! Junpei grabbed hold of the device. He slammed his hand on the scanner panel, Nothing happened. Why didn't it register him? He looked at the display where the asterisk has shown up. It said engaged. Oh my god, there's no time left. Listen, I was lied to. He lied to me. He put me in here. It was him. He killed me. And it was him. Ah! The explosion rocked the room. Instinctively, they ducked and stood up slowly when they realized there was no danger. No one spoke. Silence filled the room. In that silence, the electronic tone that echoed across the room sounded as loud as a gunshot. All eyes turned toward it. It had come from the device mounted next to the door. The display changed from engaged to vacant. We'll see if we can open it. 7, the mountain, swallowed hard. Junpei nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. Red asterisk appeared on the LCD panel. It's about to get a little graphic, by the way, if you're sensitive to that sort of thing.
Oh, fuck.
The device had registered Junpei's bracelet number, 5. His was not enough, however. At least 2 more people were needed. Junpei asked, which pair?
9,
The choice is yours.
14. 2 and 7.
Summer's back in general.
Hold on.
My fucking leg hurts.
Alright, let me get her in here.
Well,
Hey, Summer, you're about to see some epic gore.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna get gory.
Oh, cool. Oh, cool.
Deeb, you still
Okay.
want to be here?
Yeah, deep. You deep.
Okay. I'm gonna let you know now. This is the one choice that I'm not positive if it matters. So,
I think it's more so personalized choice. Like, which one do you personally
which ones do you
want?
want to subject to torment?
What?
Well, never mind.
Which one was blind? It was Snake, right?
Snake was the blind
So I
one.
guess if you were to open it with Snake and 7, only one person would see it, I guess. One other person would see it.
Alright, what are your guys' votes?
Snake and 7.
Okay.
Yeah, I already said that myself
Snake
earlier.
and 7.
Snake and 7.
Snake and 7.
It's
Snake
too
and
unanimous
7?
at this point.
Snake and 7. Okay, we're outvoted. We're going Snake and 7.
We're dead.
Snake, 7. You think you could give me a hand here? The pun was a little too on the nose, but the mood was still grim. Both Snake and 7 lifted their left hands silently. So yeah, graphic gore warning. It's gonna get pretty bad.
Well,
Each
John,
of
hope
them-
you liked having a YouTube channel.
Slowly, each of them place their hand on the scanner panel. 7 plus 2 plus 5 plus 2 plus 7 equals 14. 1 plus 4 equals 5. They'd fulfilled the conditions. If they were to pull the lever on the side... Are you guys ready? I'm gonna
No.
open it. Junpei grabbed the lever and looked back over his shoulder. They stiffened and nodded. Junpei nodded back and set his mouth in a grim line. Then he slowly lowered the lever.
Lever.
It's shocking that this is a DS game, by the way. Like,
There was a metallic groan and the door slid open. A breath of air drifted out,
I ain't looking.
carrying a stench that nearly made them gag. Junpei grimaced and put a hand over his mouth. Hold on 1 second.
don't
I thought there was gonna
Okay.
be a jump scare.
Oh my
don't
god.
delay this.
Good god. Lotus and Ace shuddered. 7 grunted. Whoa, that's pretty bad.
So I guess it didn't matter because all
Even
of them
Santa's
were looking at
voice
it.
Right.
He blew up. It appeared that Santa was right. The hallway on the other side of the door was splattered with chunks of torn flesh and dark red blood. Aye! The shriek echoed across the room. It had come from June.
Scream.
Then her strength left her and she dropped. As Junpei turned to catch her, the door groaned shut. She crumpled to the floor.
I thought it was gonna be way worse.
I thought it was too. I guess we're not doing. I guess not that one.
I guess we don't got the uncensored version.
Yeah.
actually shows us what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a licensed by Nintendo game.
June, you okay? Junpei dropped to his knees and put his arm around her shoulders. That was when he noticed. Her whole body was feverish. She was radiating intense heat. What the hell? Where'd this fever come from? June didn't answer. Her face looked like wax and her whole body began to shake. Alright, let's just rest for a minute, okay? You think you can walk? She nodded weakly. Junpei lifted June to her feet and guided her to a nearby chair.
Wait a minute.
Here we go.
Now I'm
Gently
starting
as
to
he
wonder
could.
what caused the explosion. Like, what exploded directly?
As gently as he could, he set her down in it. I'm pretty sure they
A
explain this
bomb.
soon. I'm pretty sure they'll explain it soon. How are you feeling? You alright? She nodded, and as she did, a single huge tear rolled down the side of her face.
It's either a bomb or it's the bracelet.
Why? Why did this happen? Her
Maybe the
voice
bracelet's
cracked,
a bomb.
broken by misery and grief and choked by sobs.
Yes,
Why
sir.
did this happen? Junpei spun around. Do any of you know what the fuck is going on here? Who's Zero? What's this nonary game? Come on, anybody? Anything? What the hell's going on? What are we doing here? No one spoke. Ace, Snake, Santa, Clover, Seven, and Lotus. They simply stood there. 7 pairs of downcast eyes and 7 grim lines for mouths. Jun's body shook with silent sobs. They slowly, as the minutes ticked by, they slowed as the minutes ticked by, and eventually they stopped. So then there were 8. Then
I
suddenly,
didn't
So
even expect
basically,
there
it's
to be a
impossible
ninth,
to get
to be
everyone
honest,
safe.
so-
Got it.
yes.
I didn't really expect there to be a ninth, so...
Then suddenly, in the cold, heavy silence that had enveloped them like a thick fog, a bell began to ring. The clock in the central hall. 7, 8, 9, 10 times.
That took 30 minutes for one person to die?
An hour, actually. And then...
Well, no,
on the-
like, remember, they
Oh,
were
yeah.
panicking for 30 minutes. So
Yeah.
that it took him 30 minutes to
It's
die.
probably he probably didn't take 30 minutes to die. It probably just took everyone a while to calm down.
Oh.
And then on the 10th ring, it stopped. The sound of the bell faded away into silence. 9 already died. Yep, pretty much. It's 10 o'clock then. Ace said what each one of them had been thinking. That means it's been an hour since Zero's little announcement. Seven's deep voice echoed across the room. Fuck! I've had enough of this crap! Santa leapt to his... Oh, so you could say fuck, but not shit. Got it. Santa leapt to his feet, his fists clenched. How long are we gonna pussyfoot around like this? We've only got 8 hours until this time limit Zero was going on about is up. Let's get going already! Go! Go!
Go.
Santa's outburst fell on deaf ears. No one seemed to agree with him. They stared back at him, their eyes blank and their faces tired. Finally, Lotus spoke. No, I refuse. I'm not going to end up like him. Hmm? Him? You mean the 9th man? Of course. Who else? In his mind's eye, Junpei saw the corpse again. The dark, reddish-black pool of blood. The scattered pieces of flesh.
Oh, it's probably gonna happen here.
Organs
maybe?
strewn across the floor like the blossoming of a grotesque flower. The explosion that had torn through his body had been powerful. The 9th man's neck had been twisted at an odd angle. Junpei suspected the detonation had thrown him against the wall. Half of his face was crushed, and the other half was covered in blood. Most of his abdomen had been emptied, either by the explosion or by gravity. He had landed on his back, and stark white ribs jutted up out of his chest, like the legs of some kind of macabre crab.
Or not.
No, it's
not
it's
gonna
mostly
show.
just descriptions. Mostly. Junpei felt something flip in his stomach. I think he just screwed up. Eyebrows went up, and Santa continued. He probably set off some kind of trap, and that killed him. I'm not going to screw up like that. I'm getting out of here alive. Whatever Snake was laughing at, Santa did not find particularly humorous.
Although I was distracted. What happened?
Hey, Dr. Wiggler. Nothing. They're just talking things over. What's so
All right.
goddamn funny? Oh, my apologies. You were just so very confident. I couldn't help myself. What the fuck? I think you've mistaken the situation. Huh? The 9th man's death. it had nothing to do with a trap, or at least not the sort of trap you would imagine it did, then he broke one of Zero's rules. That was why he died.
There has to be 3 people
Quite
in the
simple,
room.
if you think about it. You still don't? Alright. How about you take a moment and think back to what Zero said? Specifically, what did he say about the number of people? He said only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door. Right? And after that, you've forgotten the relevant part. What did Zero say? Santa furrowed his brow in thought. Yeah, DS version. Hey, Moru, sorry. Junpei
This
thought
is one of
back.
11 M-rated DS games, by the way.
Zero said...
Poggers.
This doesn't matter, by the way.
That everyone who
Only 2
verified had to
people?
go would be best, because that's... Also, this should matter. Do the correct answer.
All those who enter must leave, and all who enter must contribute. Right? I think it was something like that. Whatever it was, it means that groups of less than 3 or more than 5 can't go through. That is correct. A gold star for you, Junpei. Snake inclined his head toward Junpei. The 9th man, however,
that he can
broke that
somehow
rule.
figure out that his head is inclining toward... Also, how did Junpei get out?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Didn't the door close behind him?
I think if nobody goes through, then technically no one has broken the rule. Because you can just choose not
they
to
didn't.
go
Oh,
through.
I thought they went through.
No, they didn't go
Nope.
through. They
Alright.
just chose
They
not
just-
to go through. I don't think that's against the rules.
Yeah, no, that's... I just thought that, like, June and Junpei went through.
No, they didn't. The
Nope.
9th man, however, broke that rule. He tried to pass through a numbered door by himself. That was why he was executed. Then Zero's watching us from somewhere, making sure we don't break any rules. Oh, I'm not so sure of that. Why not? Because this execution system is entirely automatic. You didn't notice? There's no need for him to monitor us. What do you mean? Snake looked at Seven with what could only be described as pity and sighed. Very well. I see it must be me who tells you. I've waited long enough, I suppose. I had hoped Zero might spare me the trouble, but it seems increasingly unlikely. He never went in. It only starts if you walk in. Oh, yeah. There you go.
I mean, I think Snake's about to say something like that, too. Or at least something close.
He's nuts.
related.
Oh, wow. I completely missed this. Sorry. You misclicked on the stream? Poggers.
Welcome.
Well, why don't you
I
say
hope
it?
you're
Off.
enjoying your time.
This is not a good channel introduction.
It's really not, but oh well. He couldn't see them, of course, but perhaps Snake sensed the confused eyes upon him. When Ace spoke, he gave words to everyone else's thoughts. Do you know something? Well, I know a great many things, but yes. What is it you know? Here. Snake removed a card from the pocket of his jacket. With a flourish, he presented it to Ace, who took a close look at it and spoke. Come on now, what's the point of giving me this? Give me that! Stance had snatched the card from Ace, but his expression of disgust quickly turned to one of confusion. Huh? The hell is this? Seven tugged it out of Santa's hands. I see. Card went from Seven to Lotus, from Lotus to June, and finally to Junpei. He looked at it and understood.
I don't.
This is Braille.
I don't. Oh.
Oh.
Braille, a written language of the blind. The card was covered with small, embossed bumps. Junpei could recognize it, but he certainly couldn't read it. Sorry, guys. I can't read this. Junpei handed the card back to Snake, who nodded at him with a small smirk. Okay, that was fun. What's so important about that card?
It tells them everything about the game.
I found it in my pocket. I can only assume it is a message from Zero. From
Speaking of the
Zero?
game, you just lost the game.
A message? What does it say?
I already won it.
Suddenly, everyone was crowding
How?
around Snake, desperate to hear what the message said. Santa especially looked as if he were about to grab hold of Snake and shake the answers from him.
There's
Snake
this
raised
image.
his hand. Calm down now. No need to panic. You don't need to force me. I'll read it. Junpei
How
swallowed
do you
hard and
win
waited
the
for him to
game?
start. He was not the only one. Presently, Snake began to read, his voice calm.
I'll show
His
you in a
fingers
sec.
glided across the tiny bunks as he spoke. Bracelet number 2. Since you are not blessed with sight, I shall bless you, and only you, with information. I shall tell you of the function of the RED, of the DEAD, and of the bracelet.
Red Dead Redemption 2?
The red is the recognition device. It will verify your number. Beside every numbered door, you will find a red. The dead is the deactivation device. It does exactly what it says. Once you have passed through the numbered door, you must use the dead to stop the detonator in your bracelet. But perhaps you are wondering, what does this detonator detonate? I'm afraid this may be something of a surprise. I have placed a small bomb inside of you, and the people whom you are about to meet. You swallowed hard. Well, you swallowed it while you were unconscious.
What?
I have no doubt that by the time you read this note, the bomb will have passed your stomach and found its way to your small intestine. In other words, you will be unable to regurgitate it. I suggest you do not try. As I mentioned before, the bracelet on your left hand contains a detonator. Think of it as a remote fuse or timer for the bomb in your body. There is only one condition which will cause it to detonate. That condition is that you enter a numbered door. Once you have done so, the timer will activate, no matter who you may be. You will have 81 seconds. If, after that time, the detonator has not been deactivated, it will send a signal to the bomb in your body, instructing it to explode. In order to deactivate the detonator, every person who has verified their number at the red must also verify their numbers at the dead. Once all numbers have been verified by the dead, you need only pull the lever at its side, and the countdown will cease. Anyone who does not verify their number at the red will find themselves unable to verify their number at the dead. That is to say, if you should pass through a numbered door without first verifying your number at the red, in 81 seconds, you will be dead. You must also keep in mind that the numbered doors will close automatically after 9 seconds have passed. So long as the door is open, the dead will not function. You would do well to remember this. Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so. 1, you escape from this ship. 2, your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship, or detects that the wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically.
Quick,
There is
give him
no
that
other
Persona-
way to remove your bracelet.
Quick, give him the
give him a
Persona
Persona.
5 pill that kills him for a few seconds.
True.
If you attempt to force it off or disable the detonator, the bomb within you will immediately explode. Well, I'm sure glad that Junpei didn't mess with it too much when he tried to force it off.
He literally pressed buttons on it.
Well, those buttons won't do anything to make it detonate. Okay.
Basically, Junpei is just fortunately weak enough to not detonate
Yeah.
himself.
This is all the information that I can impart to you. How you choose to use it is for you to decide. If used wisely, you can eliminate those who might be a danger to you. For a time, you would be able to control your fate. I wish you the best of luck.
Oh, so he did just that.
Snake finished reading and carefully returned the card to his pocket. The message had been lengthy, but its meaning was clear. Only those who verified their numbers at the red could pass through the numbered doors. Teams could not increase or decrease their numbers. The Reds, Deads, and Bracelets enforced the rules. They were judge, jury, and executioner.
In that order.
In defiance of Zero's suggestions, both Santa and Seven put fingers down their throats and began to gag.
God damn it.
The rest stiffened. Some touched their stomachs, some simply stared at their bracelets. Junpei gingerly touched his stomach. There was a bomb inside his body. The thought of it made him queasy. His stomach felt oddly hollow, and his legs were weak. Why had Zero designed such a ludicrous game?
Because he's a serial killer.
Junpei looked over at the others. Alright, I'm gonna ask one more time. Funny, because I know the answer. I'm gonna ask one more time. Do any of you know anything about Zero? They were all silent, each person waiting to hear what the others would say. Felipe said Squid Game with extra steps.
Squid Game, but they all swallowed a bomb.
Finally, Santa spoke. Actually, I saw him. I saw Zero when I got grabbed. I didn't see his face, though. Son of a bitch was wearing some kind of gas mask.
So it's everyone.
So Squid Game.
What the hell? Come on, guys, give me something. You know, like a surprise or something? Instead, it was Santa who looked surprised. There was a moment of silence, and then everyone spoke at once. Yeah, I saw him too. Me too. He was wearing a gas mask. Stories were sorted out. The truth became clear. All of their stories were the same. They had been abducted at home at midnight. The person claiming to be Zero had worn a mask. There had been white smoke, and then each person had passed out. When they awoke, they had found themselves on D-Deck in a room with a 3-level bunk bed. Only 7 stories seemed to lack the detail of the others. Oh. Me? Yeah, well, mine was just like the rest of yours. That was all he had to say. That was all
So
he
he's
had
hiding
said.
something.
It had occurred to Junpei at the time that it sounded somewhat strange, but he didn't press the issue. He hadn't done so because there was something that struck him as even stranger. That was the mystery of the relationship between Snake and Clover. For some reason, they had been abducted from the same room and woken up in the same room.
I have a question.
What?
What's up?
They said they were all abducted at midnight.
Yeah.
How? If it was only
Oh,
one
true.
person.
Wait, yeah. Huh, multiple involvements? Or involvements?
You'll see.
I think they said during the night.
Yeah, they
No,
might
they
have
said
been at
midnight.
different times.
They said midnight.
No, they said midnight.
I
Midnight
guess
of different
not,
nights.
probably not midnight exactly. It's a game. Don't worry about it.
Did you know they're
I
making
mean,
A
they
a...
visual novel wouldn't skip out on details.
Hey,
He's
John,
nuts.
hey, John, did you know that they're making an Among Us TV show for CBS? Jesus Christ.
Oh, right, they are.
Oh, yeah.
Junpei looked at them thoughtfully.
This world is
Yeah,
fine.
that was about my reaction.
So what's the deal with the two of you, anyway? It was Clover that answered. Clearly, she felt she had nothing to hide. We're siblings. Siblings? Yes? Snake is my older brother, obviously. That means I'm his little sister. That really so hard to understand?
Yes.
Junpei was taken aback.
No,
The others
not
seemed
really.
just as surprised. She is correct, of course. He laid his hand on Clover's shoulder. Are you surprised? Well, yeah, but... why? There are several other people here with connections to one another. Those two, for instance. Snake pointed at Junpei and June. Oh, you mean between Jumpy and me? Ah, yes. You did say you were childhood friends, didn't you? You went to school together? Yeah. June glanced at Junpei, uncomfortable with the sudden attention. Junpei felt somewhat nervous as well and tried to scratch his head as casually as possible. Hey, you think maybe we could figure out who Zero is this way? Yeah, you're right. You can connect the dots between the victims and that leads you to the perp. Textbook stuff.
Textbook.
Junpei, June, has any of this ring a bell? Ring a bell. Ring a bell? They looked at one another. And like it was staged, they both tilted their neck at the same time. Well, perhaps you went to school with the son of a multi-millionaire. A millionaire? Son? Well, someone bought this boat and set up all of this. Whoever Zero is, they must be incredibly rich. Well, we can't be sure of that. To me, this seems as though it's the work of an organization, not an individual. Zero is most likely simply the representative of a larger group. What sort of organization? Could be a number of things. An army, perhaps, or a research group. Perhaps this is all some sort of psychological experiment.
Someone died.
If it is, then it's a pretty fucked up experiment. I mean, come on, the guy's dead!
Ah,
The word
Oh,
dead hung in the air,
Here's the,
heavy and ominous.
here's the corpse again.
It's not Organization 13, Felipe. It's Organization 9.
God damn it. So no Kingdom
Who
Hearts.
wants to bet there's 9 people in the organization?
Huh?
I want to bet there is no organization. This is all the works of a serial killer who found a boat.
The room went quiet again. I don't know who the hell this Zero asshole is, but I know for sure he's got to be pretty fucked up in the head to do all this.
Wait. Is it So anyone notice that it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then there's 0?
Wow, no one has noticed how numbers
If
work.
this was all one guy, then he's got some serious issues.
No one said anything.
Even with
He's
the specter
zero,
of
and he's
death
the
hanging
master of
over
the
them.
experiment. I get it.
The discussions continued for some time. In the end, however, they learned nothing. By the time they finished, 1.5 of their 9 hours were gone. All
This
they had
is
to show
not
for
good.
it was impatience.
Just go through the
Man,
door.
look, we only got 7.5 hours left, okay? You really sure you want to just sit around? No one was willing to argue this time. Very well then. There's only one way for us to proceed. Sure.
The bill.
Sure not gonna be fun running around knowing we gotta jump when Zero says. Jump.
When
Nice.
Zero says.
Well, it's stupid
Jump.
to just sit around here doing nothing. Thanks to Snake's card, at least we have some idea how this all works. Correct, and so long as we follow the rules, we will most likely be alright. But what? Who's gonna go in which door? Jin looked toward the numbered doors. Oh yeah, that's right. We can't have any more than 5 people in one door. All 8 of us can't go in the same door. Then it would seem we all have to split up. Wait! Lotus looked terrified. I'm telling you now, there's no way in hell that I'm going in door 5. Come now, don't be selfish. Call me whatever the hell you want, I'm not going in there. If I'm going to have to walk through all that blood, then I'd rather stay here. And we were doing so well. Ace shook his head sadly. Sorry, but I ain't going in there either. Someone else can go into door 5. Oh, Santa, not you two. Oh, Sana, not you two. Hey, man, I just bought these shoes. If you think
Josh,
I'm
the
getting
same
some
thing.
creepy dude's blood all over him, you got another think. You got another think coming. That was the last straw. What the hell, man?
How dare you say something wrong?
I'm gonna call him Santa, because Santa's gonna be too hard. I'm gonna keep forgetting it.
Santa, the Amiga from Cave Story?
Weren't you the one who kept saying we should get going? Yeah? So? Doesn't mean I wanted to go into door 5. Oh, God. There was an awkward silence. Finally, Seven spoke. Fine. I'll go into door 5. I can't go in there alone, though. Anyone else willing to come with me?
7.
There was another long silence. This time, Snake was the one to break it. I'll go. What? Don't worry, he'll be fine. We may part now, but I'm certain we'll meet again later. How do you know that? Because I do. That's not an answer! If you're going, I'm going too! I'm going into door 5! What am I gonna do with you? There's nothing you have to do. A step forward. If I join you, the problem is solved, correct? 7 is 7, and Snake is 2. And if you add Clover's 4 and my 1, the digital root will be 5. 7 plus 4, 7 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1 is 14, 1 plus 4 is 5. Oh, it works perfectly! The 4 of us can go into door 5! Wait, what about the other 4? What's their digital root gonna be? Junpei did a quick mental calculation.
Because he can just do it. Oh,
Lotus,
I thought-
Santa, June, and Junpei remained. Their bracelet numbers were 8, 3, 6, and 5. 8, 3, 6, 5.
8.
What would their digital
Okay,
root
eight.
be? 11, 17, 22, that would be 4. 11,
Would it?
17, 22,
There's
2
a
plus 2 is
calculator,
4.
by the way.
But, yeah, I'd love to overwrite this save file. Thank you for asking.
There's supposed to be a calculator, by the way.
I know, I don't need it. 8 plus 3 plus 6 plus 5 equals 22. 22, or 2 plus 2 is 4. He repeated what he determined. It's 4. Add up our 4 bracelet numbers and the digital root is 4. Then we can go into door 4. Yeah, it worked out well. Junpei ran over the team assignments in his head one more time.
It's almost like this was planned.
4 people would go into door 5. 7, Snake, Clover, and Ace.
4 people will go into door
4
4.
people would go into door 4. Lotus, Santa, Jun, and Junpei. Junpei had to ask himself that the teams were what he really wanted. Beyond door 5 was what remained of the 9th man. He never wanted to see that thing again, but something in him said it would be unwise not to examine the corpse even a little closer.
Oh, I think I got it, by the way. I
Of
think I
course,
understand
if he went through door
something.
5, he wouldn't be going with Lotus and Santa. Sure, it would be possible for him to bring June with him through door 5, but that would mean she would have to see the horrific carnage that waited there. Junpei
I also
didn't want
figured
that.
out why 9 was killed and was told those things.
Junpei was
It was-
torn. Should he stay silent and go through door 4? Or should he stop them all and insist on door 5? As he turned his options over and over in his mind, Ace spoke up. Alright then. Seems we've reached a conclusion. Shall we go? He began to walk toward door 5. Clover and Snake followed, with 7 a short distance behind. Junpei? Which door do you want to go through? This is the first choice
Okay.
that matters. This will 100% determine your ending. So choose wisely.
Well, that's kind of dumb. 4.
5 had the dead body in it.
Seriously?
Hold on.
You're right. I don't know.
Well, I choose
Water
4
went down the
because
wrong way.
if
5.
every single other person is fine with the current position, who are we to change it?
Your mother.
John, are you dying?
My
Yes.
water went down the wrong way.
Damn,
Yeah.
you swallowed a
Hey.
bomb.
4.
John, stop swallowing the bomb.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I choose 4.
It's 2, 4, 1, 5.
4.
Okay.
Sonny chose 4, I chose 4, Heartless chose 4.
I said 5. I said 2, 4, 1,
Okay,
5.
hold on. I was barely listening because I had shit water in my throat.
Me and Heartless chose 4.
Wait, let's do this one at a time because Felipe doesn't know.
What does he not know?
Knight, what did you say? Just you.
4.
Slade,
4.
Sunny,
5.
Heartless,
4.
4. Okay, that should.
Summer's deafened and.
Well, that should be
Freeze.
outvoted anyway. But let's see what Felipe. What do you think?
Deafened.
He's muted.
Well, Sonny said deafened.
I said Summer is.
4, I guess. So that's 4 votes for 4, 1 for 5. We're going into door 4.
Alright, cool. Did we get the good ending?
You'll see.
How? We'll see immediately?
Decided that door 4 would be fine. No, you won't. You'll see it eventually.
So at the end of the series, got it.
He would go through door 4 with Lotus, Santa, and June. Why had Junpei even considered doing otherwise? He would be there for June. For Akane, Kurashiki. That seemed good.
Oh my god, you could
He
play
felt
this
it was
game
the
for
right choice to make.
actual years and not, like, find all the fucking.
Just gonna quickly do a how long to beat completionist for this game.
He made no shows of affection, but Junpei saw her as something more than just a friend from his childhood. He watched the other 4 walk toward their door. Ace, Snake,
20 and a
Clover,
half
7.
hours.
Boof,
Okay.
yeah. Ace, Snake,
We can
Clover,
do
and
that
7.
easy.
Junpei said nothing as they left. Before long, they had reached door 5. They talked to one another for a few seconds, saying things Junpei couldn't hear, and then laid their hands, one by one, on the scanner panel of the red.
Look, it's red.
It is red.
It really is.
And now they're gonna be dead. Like Red Dead Redemption.
Yes.
We're just gonna hear a boom.
Boom!
Ace grabbed the lever, his face tight with determination. He turned over his shoulder to look at Junpei and his companions. Goodbye. Be careful.
What? Nice visual glitches here.
It happens every door, trust me. As Aso pulled the lever,
Dumb.
the door swung open, the mouth of a great giant beast. Beyond the door, Junpei knew, lay the sad
That
remains
says
of the
hungry,
ninth
not
man.
giants.
Great hungry beast. It did not surprise him that Ace, Clover, and 7 hesitated. The body was not a pleasant thing.
But they only have 9 seconds.
Snake had no such problems, as his blindness made him immune to the horror. He stepped through the door, his feet making a wet splack in the pool of blood.
Oh.
Do you intend to kill me? I assume you haven't forgotten the door only remains open for 9 seconds, have you? Snake had not even bothered to turn around, but the other 3 steeled themselves and stepped through the door.
I
Door
like how you can
5
see the
swung shut,
transition.
closing with the heavy finality of metal upon
I
metal.
like how you can see the transition from the 3D models to the 2D images.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Junpei and his companions scrambled to the door. They pressed their ears to it in an attempt to hear what might be taking place on the other side. It's beeping. It's just like before. Probably the sound of the detonator on the bracelet. Do they think they're okay? Do we think they're okay? Jun's voice showed her concern more plainly than words ever could. Almost as though in response to her question, a voice rang out from the other side of the door. It was Seven. Hey, there it is! That's gotta be that dead thing. Come on, get over here. We gotta authenticate.
Yeah, it's the corpse.
The beeping
Took me a
stopped.
second.
The sighs of relief were audible even through the heavy door. Looks like it stopped. Junpei and his companions leaned away from the door and breathed a collective sigh of relief of their own. Hey guys, you doing alright over there? They'd heard Seven's voice, but it wouldn't hurt to be sure. Yep, we're fine. Despite the recent danger, Clover's voice was as bubbly as ever. Oh, hey, I'm gonna tell you about this whole dead thing, okay? The dead is just like the red, but the color's different.
It's blue.
You know how the red was red? Well, the dead is blue. Other than that, it's just like the dead. Or the red.
It's just like
Authenticating
the-
is the same too. Fuck!
I can't read.
Awesome, thanks. That helps a lot. Well, we should probably move on now. Be careful out there. Roger that.
I like how
John, just think
anytime
of
you
blue
say
stop
something as
signs.
a joke, it just happens.
Junpei and the others left door 5 and headed toward door 4.
4.
They stood in front of the red and placed each of their hands upon it. Four asterisks appeared on the screen. Junpei grabbed the lever and turned around. Guys ready? Yeah.
No.
Sure. Let's go. None of them looked particularly optimistic, but their faces were set. Junpei nodded to them and turned back toward the red. All right, let's go. With strength and determination, he pulled the lever. Run! The four of them leapt through the door together. The moment they had passed through it, each heard a cold electronic sound coming from their left wrist. In the center of each bracelet, a red skull appeared and began to flash. The detonator's countdown had begun. In the long moment that each of them spent staring at their wrists,
Wait, I thought they said it would only begin after the door closed.
the numbered door behind them closed. No, it starts as soon as you pass through the doorway.
Oh, no. The dead only activates when the door closes.
Yeah. The numbered door behind them closed, the sound of metal on metal reverberating down the hallway. There was no way back now. They were committed. If they could not find the device to deactivate their detonators... Hey, where the hell is the dead? How would I know? Don't give me that crap! Start looking! I already am! They began to run, eyes looking frantically for the device that was the key to their salvation. The hallway they found themselves running down was a long one, easily 300 feet in length. On the right side of it stood a series of wooden doors, all nearly identical. If they had taken time to think, they would likely have discerned that the doors led to cabins. Don't tell me the dead is in one of those rooms. Oh no! How many rooms do you think there are? Junpei was too frightened to count properly, but as best guess there were 7 or 8 of them.
No, there's
fuck!
9.
There wasn't time to count them for sure. To be sure, Junpei ran to the nearest door.
Watch, it's the farthest
He
door.
grabbed the knob and shook it hard. It wouldn't open. It didn't feel locked, more like someone had hammered an iron plate over the other side of the door. Junpei turned around to find another door and saw that his companions had already run the doors of their own. They did not seem to be having any more success than he had. Their own words confirmed his fears. Shit, this one's no good! Same here. It's not moving. Jun was the last to speak up. As Junpei looked in her direction, his eye caught something he hadn't noticed before.
The
A small
dead.
red light. It flashed at him dimly from the end of the hallway. That's it! Over there! Even as he yelled, he ran. He grabbed Santa, Lotus, and June and pulled them toward the light. Santa called out to them as he ran. Hey, how many more seconds do we have? How would I know? Our time limit is 81 seconds. I know that, goddammit! I'm asking you how many seconds we have left! In all likelihood, Junpei figured nearly a minute had already passed since the door closed behind them.
21
That
seconds.
was true. Urgency foremost in all their minds, they arrived at the end of the hallway. The dead sat on the left wall, blinking almost tauntingly at them. Hurry! Junpei grabbed hold of the machine, his hand slick with sweat and shaking. He slammed his hand against the scanner panel. The other three quickly followed suit. With a grunt, Santa yanked the lever downward.
It breaks.
Looks like it stopped. His hands began to steady. Junpei wiped away some of the sweat that had beaded on his forehead. As they caught their breath, the four companions began to look around. At the end of the hallway lay a heavy-looking set of double doors. Set into the walls of the hallway on either side of the larger door were two smaller ones. They all needed inspecting, but Junpei began with the largest of the three, the double doors. How many times had he come across similar doors with similar results, he wondered. Or perhaps, he corrected himself, more lack of results. Whatever the reason, the door remained firm and unyielding, and refused to allow Junpei
It's a
or
roundabout
anyone
way
else
of saying the
passage.
door didn't open.
Near the handle was a small keyhole.
Damn, they need a key.
Above the keyhole was a small symbol, engraved in the brass. Mail? He wasn't quite sure what to make of it, and stared at it for a moment in confusion. It was June that corrected him. No, that's not the symbol for mail. That's probably the symbol of Mars. Well, technically, they're the same symbol, but I saw a number of similar symbols near the main stairway, the symbols of the solar system. The Sun, Saturn, the Earth. At least, that's what I'm assuming. So this isn't the man symbol, it's a symbol for Mars? I think so, yeah. While Junpei and June talked, Santa had disappeared. They turned to find him some distance down the hallway. He had gone to check on the other doors. Eventually, he reached the last of them and jogged back. It took him only a moment to catch his breath again. Here's the deal. None of the other doors open. And that must mean we only have two more doors. Lotus examined the doors on either side of the larger double door. Each one had a metal plate attached to it. Junpei figured they were probably room numbers. The room door on the left read B92, and the door on the right proclaimed that it led to B93. Alright, let's open them. Yeah. Junpei put his hand on the doorknob for the door that said room 92. Santa moved to the door to room 93. They'd made it through the numbered door alive. There was nothing more to be afraid of. Junpei and Santa looked at each other and nodded. 1, 2, 3. In unison, they pushed against their respective doors,
And both of them opened.
and promptly found themselves in a new room. June followed Junpei as he threw open his door. They turned around and saw that the door on the other side was open as well. Through the door was another person, his mouth agape. It was Santa. Hey, it opened. Yeah, it did. Junpei and Santa looked at each other. They had not expected the doors to yield so easily. Lotus's calm voice broke into their thoughts. Maybe this is all part of Zero's plan. I can't say I enjoy being treated like someone's puppet. As she headed for room 93, Lotus continued. Well, now we have these two rooms. I'm sure there's something in there that'll help us get out of here. Let's find it. Santa and I will search this room. Junpei and June, search the other one. Alright. Okay.
Windows Movie Maker.
No.
That's literally a Windows Movie Maker.
disrespectful.
Oh, boy.
That is literally a Windows Movie Maker transition.
Never
Okay.
put that vase right there that you're clicking on.
That vase looks expensive. I wonder how much we could get for it. Are you gonna steal it?
Yes. What?
This is kind of a weird looking picture. Do you think it's an abstract painting or something? Looks kind of like a demon with an elephant nose sucking on a human being's brain. Where the hell did that come from? What's her brain made of? Can't say I'd mind finding out a little more about what goes on in there.
It's just pure
what the
static.
fuck am I looking at?
Jumpy,
Mother.
where are you going? I was thinking of going over to Lotus's room. Do you think maybe you could look around here a little more before you go? There's a lot for me to do here all by myself.
Interact with every single thing that
Yeah,
looks
now
like...
we know. Look,
Yeah,
matches.
it's
It's
like
a box of
another
matches. There are matches inside, obviously.
So June
Oh,
is
so
going to
now
say
you treat
every
me like
single-
I'm fucking stupid now that you've taught me to do shit like that.
Don't
Junpei
forget you
looked
can
down
move
blankly
that.
at what he was holding, then up
He's
at
nuts.
June.
We have
Yeah.
to burn the ship.
Oh yeah.
Don't
how's-
forget you can move it.
Oh yeah, how's your fever? You feeling better now? Yes, I'm feeling fine. June certainly looked fine. Junpei held his hand on her forehead for a few seconds. It seemed her fever really had gone down. Are you worried about me?
Yeah, guess I am.
Are you going to be an asshole or are you going to be honest?
Well, that's up to you guys. Take your vote.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I guess I
Gee,
am.
I wonder which one I will vote for.
Well, I don't know, Knight. Which one will you vote for?
Yeah, I guess I am.
Okay, Slade.
Yeah, I guess I.
And he just says, "Hey, come on," something like that.
Yeah, I guess I am.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I should be rude.
I guess.
I
I
am.
think you're already outvoted, Felipe.
Wait, what'd you say, Felipe?
Probably not.
Hold on, okay.
I'm not.
One at a time. Go down one at a time.
Okay. I've already got Knight and Slade's vote. So, Felipe?
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay, one
Nah,
for
I'm
no. Heartless?
Yes, I guess I am.
Yes, I guess I am. Sunny?
Yeah, I guess I am.
Yeah, and Summer?
Yeah, I guess I.
Yeah, I guess I am.
That's a heavy outvote,
Yeah,
Felipe.
I guess
All
I am.
Yes.
June blushed and giggled.
Did,
By the
this
way,
did that
Jumpy?
choice matter for our ending?
Yes.
No, I just wanted to mess with you.
Good.
By the way,
Imagine it did.
Jumpy? How did you end up here? What do you mean? I
I got
told you
kidnapped.
earlier, didn't I? There was a man with a gas mask when you got home at night. You inhaled some white smoke and passed
Hey.
out. When you woke up, you were on D-deck.
Hold on one
Something
second.
about church?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I was trying to. He wanted Zero wanted me to go to church. I said no, and so he knocked me out and put me on ship church.
Damn Noah.
You're going to church whether you like it or not.
Yeah, that's it. But is it not really the truth? What? Jumpy, are you hiding something from me? No? Why would I? Well, if you think about it, this is awfully suspicious. I mean, why would two childhood friends bump into each other in a place like this? Hey, I could ask you the same thing. Are you hiding something? What would I hide? Well, I don't know. Anything. I mean, you're hiding it. How would I know? You mean like the number of men I've dated? Junpei's heart stumbled over itself.
See, you
wanna
guys
know?
should be a simp.
He
I
had to
definitely
admit
do
he was a
like
little
her.
curious. Don't worry. She smiled at him. Only 18
Oh.
times 0. Yeah, I guess I just haven't met Mr. Right yet. June looked a little
Mr. Right
embarrassed.
from Phoenix?
Nice.
Oh,
Right?
shit!
Night right?
And scratched the back of her head in a desperate attempt to seem nonchalant. Junpei coughed quietly.
That joke
in
was
much the
so
same
obvious,
way.
yet none of us but Felipe went for it.
Anyway, I'm not hiding anything. Just like you, Jumpy. When I woke up, I was on D-deck. Well, you do have a point. I mean, why did Zero pick us? We haven't seen each other since
I made
elementary
the
school.
obvious joke.
June nodded, and for a few moments she had the faraway look of someone deep in thought. Look for what connects the victims. That will lead you to the culprit. Do you remember Seven saying anything like that? Yeah, I do.
No.
So? That's what I'm saying. I think this must all have something to do with a classmate of ours. You got any ideas about who it might be? No, nothing. Oh. Well, if it had something to do with school, then it could be one of our teachers, or maybe the principal, or the janitor, or the lunch lady. No, I can barely remember any of them. Yeah, I know.
I can barely remember any of my teachers.
Junpei went back to searching, feeling unpleasant and confused. Elementary school. Elementary school. Was there anything strange that had happened in elementary school? As he searched the room, he continued to rack his brain.
Okay.
It's a display case. There's nothing being displayed. How sad. Looks like the drawers are empty, too.
You should check that table.
It's a round wooden table.
Believe me, nothing is worth not
You should
checking
check the table
anymore.
again.
Ooh, that's a 3D model.
Everything here is a 3D
I
model.
want to hear that it's a round wooden table.
Literally
then.
every object is a 3D model.
It looks 2D.
It's a
It's
round
like
wooden
Fran-
table.
It's like Grim Fandango.
Yes. It fills me with
No,
determination.
every single 3D you'll find soon. Every object you can hold is a 3D model.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
like
you
Grim
think you can help me look
Fandango.
around a little more before you go? I guess I have to look at the door over here.
Have you tried interacting with the vase again?
Okay, well, here we are.
Why don't you break the vase?
Oh, look, it's a bed that you
The
can
hand-
It's a
interact
light blue
with.
blanket with some designs on it. Someone's made the bed, or at least never unmade it. There's only bed sheets under the blanket, nothing exciting.
Check the pillows.
Look, there's two pillows right next to each other. Guess it's a double. Double. Huh? What's up? You're turning red. Oh man, is her fever back? Hey, are you alright? Do you need to lay down for a minute? I'm fine. I think it's just a little too early for that. Huh? Seriously, are you really okay?
This guy just stupid.
A bed
thirsty.
frame.
Yes.
Now we don't have to worry about falling off. I toss and turn when I sleep. She's blushing again. What the hell is she thinking about?
Sex.
Damn, that fever is getting bad.
You're
What's that?
thirsty.
What is that jar of white?
We'll see.
Oh,
This-
oh!
This isn't a painting. Is it a map? Looks like a map of the ship's interior.
You
Oh.
caught me so off guard
This is a
there.
great
That was a
find.
good one, Knight.
I think it'll be really useful. Let's take it with us.
You
It is now
possible.
possible to use the map screen.
It's Cave Story for
Map
real. You
screen.
have to find the map.
View during the story sections is entirely different in function from the bird's eye view mode.
Oh,
On the
sorry.
map screen, you can examine a map of the ship's floor plan, which you will acquire over the course of the story. Touch menu to open the menu. If you touch map while on the menu, you'll be taken to the map screen. While there, you can scroll around the floor plan with the control pad or the stylus. Touching the green parts of the floor plan will allow you to see the bird's eye view for that room.
Are you ready to hear that dialogue 70 more times?
Took one last look at the map, then folded it up and slid it into his pocket. Jun looked up as he closed it.
I don't think I even saw it.
The ship is bigger than I thought. Yeah, it's probably about 900 feet long. Must be one of those fancy cruise ships. Of course, it doesn't really look like a cruise ship. Everything in here is really retro.
What the
Even
hell
if
is
it's some sort of style
Junpei's
choice.
strange ability to just calculate distance
just
in
too
an
much.
instant?
Do you remember what Zero said?
No.
On April 14th, 1912, the famous ocean liner Titanic crashed into an iceberg. After remaining afloat for 2 hours and 40 minutes, it sank beneath the waters of the North Atlantic. Do you think maybe this boat and the Titanic have something to do with each other? That's a good point. I doubt he would have made mention if there wasn't a reason. Junpei took a moment to look around the room. Do you think this boat is... I don't think this
Well,
boat
Summer
replica.
says it's neither.
I think it's a replica.
It's a replica.
A replica of the Titanic? A
Like
replica.
Organization
Yeah,
13 will make.
You know, like a copy of the actual boat. Who on earth would make something like that?
You need to
Fans.
use
Real
your
life.
boat. You need to do more boat history, man. There are 3 sister ships. that look
Crazy
exactly
Titanic
like
fans.
I don't.
No
Oh,
way.
fuck off, game.
Do you even know how
God.
much money that would take? No idea. But they've all they gotta do is break even, you know? Break even.
Summer, to be fair,
Yeah.
do we, like... Do you know what the Titanic would have looked like?
Anyway,
I'm just focusing on the fact that he was like, "Oh yeah, break even." Is that a Titanic joke?
no. They could use it as
No.
a cruise ship.
Because the ship broke in half.
Climb aboard a piece of history, sail around the world in the resurrected Titanic. Hell, with marketing like that, they'd probably have more customers than they'd know what to do with. Do you really think people would want to ride on a ship with such an ominous past? It's the site of the worst accident in history.
Millionaires would.
Over 1,500 people died. I wouldn't be surprised if you'd get cursed just for going. A curse, huh?
Yeah, the curse of death.
Jumpy, do you believe in that sort of
That's
thing?
okay.
You know, curses and
What?
stuff?
Does this determine your ed...
No. No. Sorry, but I can't really say I believe in that kind of stuff. Tact was not one of Junpei's better qualities. What about you? I guess that's kind of a dumb question. Yes, I do believe in curses. In fact, I think it was a curse that sunk the Titanic. What? A curse sank the Titanic. The curse of the Egyptian mummy. Junpei couldn't understand how Jun had maintained a straight face to say that. Supposedly, the Titanic carried the mummy of the priestess Amon-Ra, which was stolen from the pyramid. And they say that the mummy had a history. Everyone involved with it died mysterious deaths. Come on, I'm sure you've heard of it before. Those who open the coffin will be forever cursed. Haven't you ever heard that one?
And Yu-Gi-Oh!
I
maybe.
have, yes.
So you're saying
No.
the Titanic sunk because of that curse? That's right. June's eyes had lit up with excitement, like a child with a new toy. That's stupid.
Yorps.
Hold on.
Your mother. More like your
Junpei,
mummy.
yeah, Junpei attack is not his strong suit.
Also, June and Junpei. This is.
That's
I feel like that's
stupid.
gonna get confusing.
I don't buy it. It's true! How can you be so sure? Alright, see you, Slade. Slade's heading out. That mummy wasn't
Okay.
just a normal mummy. It was really mysterious. Totally unbelievable. What's so unbelievable about it? Well, supposedly she was really pretty. Pretty? Yes. But she was a mummy. That's right. She wasn't all shriveled up or rotten or anything. She looked just like she was alive.
It's almost like the mummification worked.
Oh, I get it. It's that thing, I don't remember the name, where your body turns into some kind of wax. If a dead body's put in the right sort of environment, the fat in it turns into some kind of candle wax, right? And yes, saponification. That's not what it was.
Saponification.
That's not it. She wasn't wax. Then what is it? They say that she was frozen. What? Frozen? That's right. The whole
What
body
the
was
fuck
frozen
are they going
solid.
on about?
Yeah,
know
no,
how-
you lost me a while ago.
You know how a human body is more than 60% water? Well, all of that
It
was
started
water
with the
was frozen.
fucking map.
The story said that from the time of its discovery, all the way through to when it got put on the Titanic, and even though it was carried through the desert, her body never melted. June and Junpei talked a little more, and then went back to their investigation. But even as they did, his mind went back to what she told him. Ice that wouldn't melt, even in the desert. Could such a thing really exist? No, even if it
Yes,
did, it
it's
wouldn't
all
really be
Pokemon
ice
items.
anymore, would it?
His mind went back to what she told him. What the fuck was she?
The more he thought about it, the more his head hurt.
Yeah, same.
Never
Like
found
he'd
out
eaten his
about
ice
never
cream
melting
too
ice.
fast.
Nom 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 nom. Brain
By the
freeze.
way, that was important. So,
Alright,
yeah.
What's the white thing?
Because you
Okay,
got the
John,
map.
check
Anyway,
your Pokemon items.
It's a
for
bottle
real.
with
Bottle
water in it.
Water.
This is
Yeah,
a
you
bedroom.
what? Were you thinking of something else?
They
Oh,
probably have
water.
it here because your
It
throat always
wasn't
feels
clear.
dry when you wake
it
up,
looks
you know?
gray.
My throat's dry, but I think that's because I'm a little nervous right now. Well, we did run a lot, so we're kind of sweaty. Hey, Jumpy, did you want to take a shower together? Whoa! Just kidding. Too late to take it back. My brain's already working out the picture. My throat
Jesus.
was dry already. It sure isn't helping.
Dude?
You
No.
What the fuck?
She thirsty. John, I propose we give her water.
It's late. Even
Can
if
we
it's
end the
heavy.
stream? No.
I
That's
propose
light.
will you marry me?
I'm gonna get
It's a
attacked
light.
for this, but I don't
Thanks
think
to
she
it.
wa- I
We
don't
can
think
see.
I don't think she was requesting water
John,
for
wait,
her.
okay,
for
okay.
her.
John, I was gonna tell you to go back.
For her.
Try interact with the thing that underneath the bottle of water.
The oh.
A wooden cupboard. There are cups inside, surprising no one.
I'm just saying, John, nothing is worthless. Remember,
Just like the trash can.
It's a
in,
light.
Murder
Thanks to
Sonic
it,
the Hedgehog.
we can see.
what
you
about that
see?
mean?
What?
Knew it. There is something to it.
The chair that goes with the dresser. There's nothing particularly interesting about it.
No, but there is a keyhole on that
He's nuts.
with a key in it.
With it. It's the key.
A key. Do you think it's the key to the dresser?
The dresser that's
No.
already open.
Oh.
John, what if it's the key to Kingdom Hearts?
Why would you?
This is the mirror for the dresser. And now she's playing with her hair. Does she even realize she's doing that? Hey, we don't have time for that. Come on, it's not like there's anyone here you need to impress. Yes, there is.
Uh-huh.
Who? What? Why are you quiet all of a sudden?
Oh
Forget
my
it,
god.
Jumpy.
This guy is just dumb.
Thirsty.
He's
and
dumb.
gonna die.
Idiot.
We're gonna
This
die
man
this
is
shit, and all you can do is be thirsty.
moron.
Nothing in the
Go
display
to-
case.
Okay,
The
he's
drawers are empty,
literally
too.
the opposite. You're not understanding.
Oh my god.
This
Can
guy
we
is
just agree?
Oh.
Can we all just
Idiot.
agree that Junpei is dumb?
Oh.
Can we please agree
Yes.
with that?
Yes.
But there's no
I
Okay,
think
time.
we're
guys.
all agreeing with that, other than Felipe, pretty much.
There's no time to
Felipe.
do
Looks
Felipe.
like there's a room to the right of the vein.
We need to get out of here. There's no time for this
Oh boy, a
random
bathroom.
ass woman to get thirsty.
Well, there's the bathroom
That's
wall.
the bathroom wall.
wall.
There are square tiles all over it.
Gross, gross, gross.
That's
There's a
the
little
same
blue
pattern on the
platform
bed.
protruding from the shower wall next to the knobs. It's for putting soap on. I used the shower once, so I know.
I used the shower once and I never used it again.
I think
That's the shower knob.
Predators.
Let's see if anything happens when we turn it. No water's coming out.
how do they not have plumbing?
Oh.
There's
It's just a
water all
shower head.
around them.
There's nothing special about it.
There's water all around them.
It's the turlet! Now let's
Hold on.
check the turlet.
The turlet.
There's nothing there. The tank's empty too. There isn't even any water in it.
What
This ship needs to
what
call
did
a
June
plumber.
What about the?
It's a shower head. Feels dry too. That probably means no one has used it in a long time.
You stop saying dry,
A
goddamn.
collection of full and partially depleted rolls of toilet paper. Someone was well prepared. There's nothing too suspicious about it.
Eh.
Yeah. Why don't we go back to the living room? Okay, let's go back.
Yeah, how are
Now
they
that
supposed
made
to
me
die?
think it was something
okay?
important now.
No, they're
Hold on, John.
Hold on, shower
Yeah.
curtains, huh?
Sonny.
Let's try closing it.
Oh,
That did absolutely nothing.
Thanks, bro.
Wait.
Well, try
John,
interacting
the-
with you while it's closed.
Now I can see the full expanse of the
Look
shower
at the-
curtain in all its waterproof glory. There's nothing suspicious. It's just a normal old shower curtain. A narrow shower. And I'm standing in it with June. This is awkward. Time to open the curtain.
You see, there was
okay.
something.
Yeah, am I gonna be listened to this time?
Get back in.
Yeah, Sonny, what do you want?
Now go ahead, Sonny. I'm just
The-
having fun.
Look at the wall of the shower.
So turn the camera. That wall.
The wall is covered with square
The
tiles.
wall has the same pattern on as the bed.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. Check the bed.
Back to the bed.
No, it doesn't.
A blanket.
It's actually
Should
wrong.
we take another look at this blanket? No, I think we've covered it pretty well. Looks
Are,
like
are
that
you
one
sure
was
about
lame enough
that?
to get her to
So
blush
we
a
need,
little.
I think we need to. I think we need to check the pillows.
It's so
too.
well made that it for sure won't fly off. A blanket.
Did you just ignore the pun?
There are
Check
two
the
pillows
pillows.
next to each other.
Check
There
them
you go.
again because
Keep interacting with the pillows. Damn it.
Okay, I simply was incorrect. Okay, John, you can stop now.
I was
I'm
telling
There's
you to
nothing
interact
left in the
with them.
frame.
I was just double checking
I-
because
I-
we don't want
I
to.
Yeah,
was
you were
completely
incorrect.
wrong. I am so sorry.
Bro, don't.
Jumpy, where are you going? I was thinking of going over to Lotus's room. Why? What do you mean, why? I'm just gonna check up on them. Is there something wrong with that? Well, no. Come back soon. Sure thing. I'll leave the rest to you. Sure. Leave it to me. Alright, off to the other room.
Leave it to me.
I thought
Sleep
they were gonna
betrayed
have
us.
awesome.
So now you
sex.
can go to the other. Are you already there?
Empty though. There seems to be a room on the left side of the vase. Which I'm sure we've been
I think
through.
you are. Yeah.
What's up? Going back already? I can't just leave June there. I didn't know that one went back.
John, you're dumb.
What, you think you're a knight or your protector or something? Creeping me out. Whatever, man.
Except
I'm
Felipe.
going.
Okay.
Lotus and Santa are in the room on the other
We're
side.
trying to survive
I'm
here.
gonna
Knight.
check up
we
on
don't
them.
Need, we can't afford to be a simp.
There's students who are not being a simp in
It's the
this
same fucking
relationship.
room.
At least this
We have
one
to survive.
This is the bathroom wall.
is the same.
The whole wall is covered in these square tiles.
Actually, what if one of the what if there was like a random tile that was completely
No,
different?
the game wouldn't do that.
There's no curtain here. Oddly.
Well, you can't really interact with nothing.
Why don't you interact with some bitches?
You didn't even interact with the toilet.
Why don't you interact
Oh,
with
this
some
is a
bitches?
display case.
Honey, are you gonna help?
Check it out. These
No.
plates and shit look really expensive. Want to take a look?
Smash
Wait a
it
minute.
all.
I'm looking at because the screens show the same room. Is it kind of a spot the difference?
What did you just
It
do?
seems like it. Hold on.
You clicked a a thing, and the guy said a word that means poop.
Shit!
No, sorry, did you understand what that?
It's not opening.
Yeah, that's a door.
All right, you grab
Oh.
that side of the table, and I'll get the other. Let's smash this bitch open.
Yeah, that's a door.
I don't think that's gonna work. That looks like tempered glass. I don't think throwing a table at it is going to break it.
The table, it might break the table. Let's burn it.
Damn. Guess this is the wrong key. Well, that means there's got to be another one somewhere around here. Otherwise, we aren't going to be able to open this thing.
They seem to be like mirrored versions of each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm looking around. A round wooden table. Wow,
You
this
do
is
have
very
bird's eye
nice
camera.
wood. So, big deal. There's something on top of it. A candle with a candlestick. This might come in handy.
Oh, light
We
it.
should light it on fire
Oh,
by using
never mind.
combine.
I know. If I use these matches to light the candle.
It'll become
Wait, let me
lit.
just put that in my pocket.
Yeah.
Let me just stab a bitch.
You
Yeah.
should search it.
So you lit the candle. I'm sure it'll be a light in dark places when all other lights go out.
I guess.
So you
I guess
literally are
that's-
going to
John-
keep that in your pocket.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now-
Awesome. With the
John,
light from the
I-
candle, maybe we could take a look around over here.
Oh, that's
but
why
it
we
gets so
need
hot when I hold it. I want to put it down. Why don't you set it on top of the dresser? It's flat there. At least it won't fall over. Oh yeah, good idea.
I have an idea,
Well,
John.
is that it? Oh,
Try using the candle
Hey,
to burn the ship
got
down.
pretty bright.
So we can escape.
Now we
These
can look
nuts.
around a little. Dresser drawer. It's locked.
Then
Then
use the
unlock it.
Let's see if this. Yes! Yes, it worked!
Okay.
What?
Oh!
Oh, I
it's
get
like
it.
It's the painting.
No, not really. It's a
Oh, it
completely
is the
different
painting!
thing.
Look, it's
Maybe
the
it's a missing
elephant!
piece.
Yeah, it's the elephant.
It looks completely different.
That's a strange design. Is it ceramic? Doesn't look like there are any puzzles in it.
Ceramic.
I know what to do. I know what to do.
Your
Go
mother.
back to the painting.
Where the painting is in this room. Where are you going, Junpei? I'm gonna go check out the next room. This candle's burning pretty damn fast. We don't have any time to waste, guys. This thing's gonna burn out in no
Oh, what-
time. And we should look around this room now before the candle goes out. We can examine
Oh,
the rest
there's
of the
more
room
details
later.
in here.
So, John, you did not go through everything.
It's a
ta-
chair.
for the dresser.
Open it.
It's a chair.
The chair that goes with the dresser. There's nothing particularly interesting about it.
Stop fucking looking at the.
Stares at chair.
Johnny, you don't understand. We had to. John clicked on 5 of the 6 beds in the first room, and the 6th bed had a key item in it.
It's a light, man. Could you
so
figure that out on
funny.
your own? Hard to tell if it's burned out or not. Of course, now that we have the candle, I guess it doesn't really matter that much anymore.
Penis.
You don't understand how important it is that
John,
we
I
get
need
every
you to use the candle
detail.
to burn the ship down.
So clearly, this is the mirror for the
It's a
dresser.
mirror.
Damn straight. Nothing weird about it though.
Yep, there's still nothing in there.
Candle's burning fast. Its beauty melts my heart, but this isn't the time to be enjoying the soft glow of a candle, I suppose. Well, it's something about tomorrow.
We are supposed to eat bananas by tomorrow.
Got it. We better make a detailed investigation of the room before it goes out.
We might make a detailed investigation of the bananas. There's an arrow,
Yes.
by the way.
Wait, there
Bet
is
you-
where?
To your right.
Oh,
Literally
Yeah.
another half of the room.
a
was
bottle
gonna
full of
say-
water. I don't think we're gonna need this for anything.
Oh.
What?
Hey, Junpei! It's a cupboard! There's a freaking cupboard in here! Are you alright? Oh, don't give me that. Come on, a cupboard in a bedroom can only mean there's a safe in here. Really? Man, there's nothing in here. Got me all worked up for nothing. It's a light. What'd you expect? Can't really tell if it's burned out or not, though. That doesn't matter anymore. A light from the candle should let us search the room.
You bitch.
I
There's
can't
a
see
picture of an
anything.
old cruise ship. Is it the Titanic?
I don't know.
Titanic.
That's your job to tell us.
Titanic.
It's a
Oh,
curtain.
that's where it
Oh.
goes. We gotta make it exactly the same, don't we?
Because somehow that makes sense.
Yes.
What
Oh, I
kind of
forgot to search it.
witchcraft wizardry?
Curtain, huh? Well, it's got all these metal rings. Probably you can hang it from something, you know? Yes, but it doesn't
I
look
don't
like a
know.
normal curtain. The way it feels, I think it's probably waterproof, which would make this a shower curtain.
Really?
Curtain, huh?
Really?
Anything under the blanket? Nope, nothing suspicious here.
Pillows.
Everything.
2 pillows in a pile. Oh. A pile of pillows. Is that supposed to be some kind of joke? Hey, calm down.
What?
2 pillows. Must be a double bed.
So there's nothing to.
Huh?
Just
Hey,
a random
what the
sex
hell?
joke.
It just got dark all of a sudden.
I can't.
Maybe the candle got blown out? We should go see.
It didn't get blown out. Just kind of.
It got stolen.
There's a candlestick covered in melted wax on top of the dresser. Hey, what's this? The top of the candlestick looks kind of weird. You're right. It's all bumpy. Guys, please be older than 5 years old for a second.
Who?
Oh, okay. It's a key?
It's a key?
John,
What is
can
it
you leave
looking
over
like?
being
Candle
5
where the
years
candle
old
goes
for a
looks like a
second?
key. I kind of ran into a lock I couldn't open earlier.
John, what were you gonna say?
Yeah.
Yeah, John.
Looks like a knife.
Let's see if this candlestick key will do anything. Yes, it opened. All right, pull that shit open.
And then what?
That's a pretty weird looking design. Yeah, looks like a Holstein pattern. Open the door,
Okay.
please.
Oh.
That vase looks pretty expensive.
Well, what's in
There are
it?
some pieces of expensive looking ceramic and porcelain in here.
So
Look at all
break
these
it.
That vase looks
containers.
pretty expensive. There are a number of expensive looking plates in here. There are a number of expensive looking plates in here.
Hey, John, what were you thinking?
It's the plate.
Wow, look at all these really expensive plates.
Wait,
that are
combine
really
them?
nice.
It would be
Hold
a
on.
shame
Hey,
if someone were
Junpei, you
to.
got a minute?
Y'all need to calm down.
Santa's showing up out of
Yes.
nowhere and take Junpei no small start. Here, take this. Santa pulled something out of his pocket.
This is cock.
It looked
Damn
like a
it.
bookmark. It had a 4-leaf clover in it. What is
Oh,
this?
that's-
I found it in between some of the cushions on the sofa. Pretty sure it ain't gonna be any help to us, but I figured we might as well hang on to it anyway. Then why don't you hold on to it? Santa gave him a wry smile. You know what I hate most in the world? I've got 4 things. Hope, faith, love, and luck. Hope,
That was a
faith,
cool-
Love
love,
was
and
loud.
luck. Damn straight.
No, that
And
was.
you hate.
Heartless, yeah.
And you
Yeah.
hate these things. Yeah, you got a problem with that? Not really, but Junpei tried to figure out how best to phrase what he wanted to say. What does a bookmark have to do with any of that? Santa scratched the back of his ear and looked awkward. Well, see, each leaf on the 4-leaf clover has a meaning to it, okay? And that meaning is pretty much those 4 words. It's like a flower language. Oh, I guess it's not a flower, is it?
How the
So,
fuck?
a leaf language, I guess. Yeah, you could call them leaf words. Leaf words. Junpei looked at the bookmark. Hope, faith, love, and luck. So, yeah, I want you to take it, okay? Just touching it gives me the creeps. Take the damn thing, alright?
What?
Santa pretended to shiver with disgust and shoved the bookmark into Junpei's confused hands. Junpei... This decides your ending.
That's
For
stupid.
real?
That's stupid.
Okay, I can't say because Knight already said.
Yeah.
Ah.
Don't take it because you.
Okay, let's go one by one. Felipe?
Hey.
Can I...
Don't take.
I heard take it.
I'm gonna
No,
come back...
don't take
I'm... Wait, don't take it?
Yeah, don't take.
Okay, don't take it. Heartless?
Don't take it because you.
Cause what?
Because June?
Yes.
I heard don't take it. Knight?
Don't take it. Do not.
Okay. So 2 don't take it. Knight?
I don't get it.
I'll come back to you. Sunny?
Don't take it.
Don't take it.
I
Summer?
don't think my vote matters.
Don't take it.
Don't take it. Knight?
My opinion does not matter.
Doesn't vote. We're unanimously not taking it. We're in agreement?
Yep.
Alright, not taking it. Thanks, but no thanks. It's kind of weird to be getting presents from another dude, you know? Okay! I don't think
Yeah.
that
Hey,
was quite
John,
the
you're
response we
homophobic.
were expecting.
Can we like veto
Damn,
that?
I hate it.
Fucking time.
John,
John, you're
okay,
gonna
I
get
hope they all
canceled.
die. I hope they all individually die. Junpei especially. I'm gonna.
What's wrong with Junpei?
Oh
the
my
main
God.
character.
I don't give a shit.
It's kind of weird to be getting presents from another dude, you know? Santa's eyebrows
Yep.
went up. Apparently he hadn't thought of that. Yeah, you fucking idiot. Come on. Well, I guess you do have a point. I won't force it on you. Sure you don't want it?
I feel like we're making a bad decision. by
See, here's
not
our
taking
veto.
it.
Here's our veto.
Here's your
We can
chance
say,
to
actually,
veto.
let's
Okay, Felipe?
Take it. Actually, I'll take it.
Okay, take it,
I'm-
Heartless.
Do not.
Do not take it, okay, Knight?
Well, I feel like here's the thing. Why would the game ask us twice if we weren't already making a bad decision? So I'd say take it.
Okay, take it. Sonny?
Don't.
Don't take it. We're tied up. Summer, you're the tiebreaker.
Can I explain my
Why am I
opinion?
always the tiebreaker?
Because you're last on the list.
Can I explain my
Oh.
opinion?
What?
I mean, we did ask for a veto, so I'm gonna say take it.
What?
Okay. We're 3
Like,
to 2
and
on we're 3 to 2 on take
What are you
it.
saying to me, Heartless?
Never mind.
These nuts.
I'm
We're-
just asking you to repeat it.
Because I would say in Persona 5, they also gave you 2 choices. Even if you picked, don't reveal yourself.
That is a good point. Persona 5 did the same thing, and the one you had to pick twice was the right option.
Fuck.
Can I?
We're
Fuck you, Harlan.
currently
How dare you
3
say
to
that?
2 in take it. Does anyone want to change their vote?
I feel like you're not. You feel like you're gonna let us get a bad ending anyway.
But I don't think this is gonna apply to every.
I,
you know,
I
don't think
feel
it
like
applies to every
John
game,
is
though.
fully willing here to let us have a bad ending.
Oh, 100%. Choices are all your own.
John, you're
I
an asshole.
want gay.
Yeah, legit.
I heard something about gay.
Okay.
What?
3 to 2 on we're taking it. Does anyone want to change their vote?
Hold on.
I guess since you're double,
5,
John,
I would guess you
Four.
probably not want to take it.
3, 2,
Just take
1.
What? What?
We're
What?
taking
Sorry,
it.
I had to...
Okay, okay.
Okay.
I said, does anyone want to change their vote?
Nah, I'm still...
All right, cool.
So
okay,
3, 2,
We're good.
we're taking it.
Hey,
If Santa wanted him to have it that much, Junpei couldn't see any harm in taking it. Actually, I guess I'll take it. Yes, just make up your mind, alright? Before Junpei could change his mind again. Here. Janta shoved the bookmark into his hand. He took it clumsily and stuffed it into the inside pocket of his vest. Phew, man, I feel a lot better now. That thing was a real pain, you know? You really hate those 4 words that much? Yeah, well, they can all betray you, you know? Hope, faith, love, even your destiny. What had happened to Santa, Junpei wondered. How had he become a bitter person? For a moment, they looked at each other. Well, that's not my only reason. What? That's not the only reason I hate the 4-leaf clover. I just can't bring myself to like the number 4. What? Worried about the 4 horsemen? Nah. Come on, man, that's just silly. Maybe back in the Dark Ages, that kind of crap scared people. But this is the 21st century, and I'm a 21st century guy.
I just hate the
it
number
reminds
4.
me of
Then
Ryuki.
why do you hate 4 so much? Because it's a half-assed number. Not the best or the worst. That's why. What?
Santa's Ryuki.
9 is a way better number. So what if it's last place, right? At least it's not some lame-ass middle number. Santa's explanation made no sense. Junpei was even more confused than before. You play? Play? This doesn't matter, by the way.
So I feel like we fucked up.
Yeah,
And we're all gambling.
that guy said.
Yeah, I feel like we fucked up.
I'll let you
Yeah.
stew in it. I won't tell you what's going on. I'll let you stew in it.
Does anyone else think that Santa reminds me of Ryuki?
No,
kinda.
Heartless. No.
No.
You mean like play the stock market?
No, like,
You mean like the stock market? Nah, that's not what I mean. Why the hell would you think that? I mean, yeah, I do stocks too, but This last statement, more or less thrown away by Santa, caught Junpei very much by surprise. You? A stockbroker? Yeah. Got a problem with that? No, you just don't look like the type. What Junpei didn't say, of course, was that he didn't think Santa looked smart enough to be a stockbroker. Man, that stuff's just like gambling, you know? All you gotta do is bet on the winning horse. Nothing that hard about it. You sure sound pretty confident. So, are you betting on winning horses? Of course I am. You remember a couple years back when that stock for Cradle Pharmaceuticals shot it through the roof. Stacked a few bills over that, if I do say so myself. Uh-huh. Uh-huh was all Junpei could think of. He'd never even heard of Cradle Pharmaceutical. Fortunately, he was saved quickly from further embarrassment. Hey! How long are you gonna stand around wasting time? Stop screwing around! A voice screamed at them from the other room. Screaming at them from the other room was unmistakably Lotus's. Junpei and Santa looked at each other.
With
The lady has
longing
spoken.
eyes.
Santa sighed. You better get back to work before we really piss her off. I don't want her beating me up.
By the way.
And with that, Santa
was
walked
who?
off slowly.
That's Clover.
Yeah, Clover. Hey, wait! We weren't done!
The pink hair girl who got almost murked by 9.
Yeah, her. He started after Santa, intending to catch him, but Lotus appeared from the next room, blocking his path. Her posture suggested she was not about to let him pass. There was nothing for it. You had lost. Okay, I'll get back to work, damn it. Her glare suggested any other choice would not have ended pleasantly for him. Junpei mumbled to himself under his breath and went back to his search.
What was she going to do?
You know,
Kill
John,
him.
based on that
Kill him.
conversation, who's number 4 in this crew?
Clover, the pink-haired girl.
Who almost got
That's Snake's
By
sister.
9.
That got
Interesting.
almost got murdered by according to him, the superior number 9.
Yeah.
Just
Hey,
saying.
Can you
As the
combine
game
the
continues-
John? Can you go into your inventory?
Let's just
real
all
quick?
think about that, and then let's move on.
Can you combine those two? Okay.
No.
Okay. Just wanted to
As the
check.
game continues,
Nerd.
Junpei cried.
I just wanted to check. Jeez.
Remind me to
I just
check.
called you a nerd.
Hey, check this out. This is a pretty nice sofa. I know. It's a shame I can't take it back with me. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be
As
any.
the
There'll be
game
nothing else.
continues,
Let's go back to check on June. Junpei, if you miss her so much, you don't have to keep coming back here. Psh, no, that's not what this is. I'm just being like a bridge between the two rooms. Uh-huh. You just keep telling yourself that. Now get out of here and go help June.
Oh. Oh.
So you put the right plate.
You put your left foot in. You take
It's
your
kind of a weird
left
looking
foot
picture.
out.
Some sort of weird black and white design. Looks like there's a room on the right side of this picture. Fuck it.
I think you were holding the wrong plate.
Oh, I have to put it here.
Oh.
Hey,
you are
Junpei,
holding the
that's
wrong
all you got. You think maybe you're supposed to put it in one of those empty spaces? What game is this? I've never heard of it. This is Zero Escape. 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors.
We could have said 999.
Oh, you've
but-
been on.
I mean, the pattern does kind of look the same, doesn't it? He's right. I think so, too. But if that is the case, you're going to need to collect all 3 tiles, right? Don't you think we should collect all of them before you start putting them in? Got a point there.
We'll go collect them.
I'd love to.
Won't you
But
go
I'm too busy
collect
staring at the round wooden table.
Nerd.
And Junpei
Go to-
cried.
You
Yes.
can't you go to the other room.
Yeah,
Every
there's
time.
nothing. There's nothing else you can go and do.
Yeah,
in
there's
here.
Round
nothing
table.
else you can
Don't, John. Oh, okay.
Yes, there is.
Oh wait, the,
What are you
shower, the
saying?
fucking shower curtain. I
Yeah,
forgot.
the shower curtain.
But where even is the bathroom in here?
The-
Oh wait, it was up here, and then through
There's a
there,
Yes.
yeah, there's a
and
door
then
on
over
the left.
here, and then up
Yes.
here.
One at a time, y'all.
Oh, on the ceiling.
He's
Okay.
nuts.
We are doing one at a time. It's just that,
Let's put that shower curtain on those hooks.
or at least I'm trying to go one at a time.
Let's try spreading the curtains.
Oh,
Damn.
that.
Wow, that's a pretty obvious peephole. Someone's really dedicated. Oh, with a hole this big, you gotta wonder if maybe they wanted to be caught. So you're saying maybe the one getting spied on was into that shit? Maybe they were into, like, those home invasion type fantasies. Home invasion? Interesting, I see. You two are real idiots, you know that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
You didn't? So it's a hole. So what happens if
So,
you leave?
what was the point of that?
Is there anything in the toilet? Guess not. Tank's empty too.
I was gonna
Is
say you
it-
haven't
Some
checked that
toilet
yet.
paper. We got 2 rolls, I guess. There's a shower curtain. Yeah, there sure is. I'm trying to hit the.
That's not the
Did
light.
you bring
is
a
not,
light?
It's not clickable.
Did you bring a light?
Click on this wall.
It's a wall
Oh,
covered
wait,
in small
wait,
square
wait.
tiles. They've all got geometric shapes on them.
I think you can close the curtain
From
No,
from
no,
that
no.
camera.
from that camera.
Yep, from the click the curtain.
Let's try spreading the curtains. Oh.
You could probably. Oh.
There's a hole in the curtain. If I look at it from a ways back, I can see a single tile. Alright, from here I can see what the tile it is. Looks like it's 5th from the top and 3rd from the right. Might as well put it back. 5th
So-
top, 3rd right. 5th top, 3rd right. 5th right, 3rd right. 5th top, 3rd right. 5th top, 3rd
Yes!
right. 5th
You
top,
would-
3rd right. In the bathroom in Lotus's room, I saw a particular tile when I looked
Oh,
at the
you
hole
didn't
in the
even
shower.
need
You
to
didn't
memorize that,
leave.
by the way.
Maybe if I look in the same place over here. Alright, now where was it? 5th one from the top, 3rd one from
You
the right.
didn't have
Fuck
to
you.
remember.
You did not need to memorize that. for shame.
What are you mumbling about, Jumpy? Oh, sorry. Could you be quiet for a minute? I don't want to forget this.
Huh?
Oh, you do have to do
Huh?
it. Here it is.
Oh.
Yep, this one's loose. I think I can get under this with my nails, and yes!
Oh.
There it is.
Alright.
This game is weird.
Yes. Your point
What's the
being-
point?
There's a tile in the frame, so I guess I'm supposed to put tiles in the empty spaces. Alright, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Okay.
Just absolutely just the most wrong thing you've ever seen.
It doesn't help that I don't know what the original was supposed to really look like.
Your mom.
That?
That just looks like a bunch of ink.
Yes, I
Yeah,
did
it's
it.
an ink blot test.
There, picture complete. And there goes the frame. What's this? What do you mean, what's this? Pretty obvious, isn't it? It's a hole in the wall. Looks like a hidden safe or something, you know? Anyway, let's take a look. I think there's something inside.
Yeah, it's a key.
The Mars key!
So we can leave.
Whoa, this is one of those Mars symbols. The door at the end of the hallway. It has the same symbol engraved on the keyhole. And that's gotta mean, yes, we can use this key to get through that door.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Junpei
Where
messed
you
around a
going?
bit with the key he had and looked blankly at the picture that slid down. What's the deal with this picture, anyway? Hold on a second.
Well, what is the deal?
What's the deal with,
airline food.
What's the deal with food?
Santa has only been mumbling to himself, but it drew Lotus's attention. She looked at the picture and paused. I think I've seen this picture before. Where?
In my
In a
nightmares.
book. There's a British biochemist named Sheldrake. He has a rather interesting theory. I saw this picture in his book. What's this interesting theory? A morphogenetic field, which relies on the theory of morphic resonance. Man, I can't deal with this.
Morpheus.
Just listen to you talk about it is giving me a headache.
Me
Santa
too.
put his
Oh,
hands on his
wow.
head as though he were in great pain. Lotus merely arched an eyebrow in his direction and continued. It's not a difficult concept to grasp. In essence, he states that the shapes of living organisms and their behavioral patterns are transmitted through a field not visible to the eye. What part of that isn't difficult exactly? Lotus did not look pleased. Alright, how about this? Theory of the telepathic mechanism. Telepathy? Yes, telepathy. Well, perhaps not exactly telepathy, but it is close enough for a simple
Or is it
approximation.
telepathy?
Santa suddenly
No.
burst into laughter.
It's telepathy.
Are you serious? Telepathy? Who do you think we are, kids from the 70s? I can't believe that someone would actually do serious research on something like that. Yes, I agree. Lotus's response was surprisingly curt. Junpei had expected at least some conflict. I read the book, but I can hardly say I understood it. I'm in no position to defend or condemn anything it said. It was probably just someone latching onto a statistical outlier from some study and turning it into a ridiculous theory. There's no scientific merit to any of it, I'm sure. But even so, Anyway, I saw a picture like that one in this book. Lotus indicated the picture they'd all been looking at. After a moment, she walked up to the strange picture, examined it, and then spoke. Hey, what do you think this picture looks like? Santa answered first. What do you mean? Isn't it just, like, abstract or something like that? It's just black and white scribbles. There's no meaning there. That's it.
Based.
What about you, Junpei? Does it look like anything to you? I guess it looks like... Yeah, you got me on that one.
This determines
Does
your
this
ending.
determine your ending?
No! It looks like
Funyarpia.
Funyarinpa! A Funyarinpa? See? I mean, this totally looks like one here and
A
here. Junpei indicated parts of the picture that looked exactly like the other parts. After 3 seconds of silence, Lotus looked at Junpei. What the hell is a Funyarinpa? What do you mean, what the hell is a Funyarinpa? You mean you don't know? How the hell would I know? How could you not know? That's practically blasphemous.
So I looked
Say
it
you're
up
sorry.
and Funyarinpa doesn't exist.
Apologize to the Funyarinpa. Goodness, you are such a rude woman. Another
He
3
invented
seconds of
that
awkward
word on the
silence went
damn
by.
spot.
Lotus opened her mouth as she shook. Junpei, are you just screwing around? Forget it. I'm just gonna tell you. This is a dog. See? Like this. Lotus pointed out parts of the picture, and eventually a dog took shape in them.
What?
That's
a
supposed
dog.
to be a dog.
Oh.
How did this happen?
Oh, I
What the-
see it. I see it. Okay.
I don't
Yep.
see it.
No shit, you see
Yeah,
it.
you
Picture of
see
a
it because
dog.
there's a dog there.
No, it took me a minute. It took my eyes a minute to adjust to it.
What you mean? There's the dog that came out of nowhere.
Dog jump scare. It looks as though she had a point.
Dog jump scare. Let's go.
Oh.
Wah, wah,
I mean, it's kind
wah.
of easy now to see.
It was
Yeah,
a dog.
now.
Santa also nodded in agreement. So, now we know what
Kinda,
it's a
I
picture of, but I don't see how that helps us. Lotus
I
nodded and
still
began to
think it
speak.
looks like a Funyarinpa.
A TV
It's a
show from
Funyarinpa.
Great Britain did an experiment once. They took 2 similar pictures. Both of them were difficult to identify initially, but once you'd figured out the answer, you couldn't see it as anything else. The first picture was a woman wearing a hat. The other one, to make it easier, let's just say it was this picture of a dog. So, their experiment... First, they sent the pictures to other parts of the world where British radio and television didn't reach. To Ireland, to the US, Africa, Europe, etc. There, in each country, they gathered a number of test subjects. All in all, there were roughly 1,000 people. Those 1,000 people were shown the 2 pictures and asked, what does the picture look like to you? The results, in and of themselves, were not terribly interesting. 9.2% of the people saw the lady in the lady picture. 3.9% saw the dog in the dog picture. Then 2 days later, they broadcast a new show. During the 30-minute show, they broadcast the dog picture and its solution. The audience was estimated to be 200,000 people. After the broadcast, it could be assumed the number of people who knew the solution to the dog picture now totaled over 200,000 people. After another 2 days had passed, they gathered a number of research subjects from areas where British TV and radio did not exist. This time, they were only able to sample a sample of roughly 850 people. Naturally, none of them were people who had participated in the first test. They were, however, given the same test and the same 2 pictures. The results were shocking. 10% of the people saw the lady in the lady picture. The previous test had yielded a 9.2% success rate. The change was not statistically significant. The dog picture, however, produced a very different result.
100%.
The percentage of people able to successfully find the dog grew from 3.9 to 6.8.
Damn.
A very significant increase. So do you understand? Do you realize the significance of this experiment? There was no way the second group could have seen the picture. They lived far away from Britain and couldn't have seen the picture. But even so, it was only the success rate for the dog picture that went up. Why? How did that happen? What does it
Because
mean?
they're sexist.
Lotus looked back and forth from Junpei to Santa and back again. God damn it, Sunny.
My brain's just going, where are you going with this?
What did Sunny do?
Clearly,
I
that was a
don't know.
good
That
one.
was just really funny to me the way he said that. Because they're
What?
sexist.
What'd he say?
What did he say?
He said,
I said
why
because
did the dog picture perform better than the lady picture? And he just went, because they're sexist. In the most calm voice imaginable.
Because they're sexist. I get it.
Calm.
That's how you know Sunny is like the chill person in the group. If
Yeah.
he literally says it so goddamn chill.
Normally calm and collected, she looked now as though she were very nearly possessed, and there was something manic about her manner. Santa took an involuntary step backward. Junpei didn't budge and stared straight back into Lotus's eyes. Does this have something to do with that field or whatever it was that you were talking about earlier? A field not visible to the eye. So if more people know the answer, then that information will pass through the field. Psych! Her manner suddenly shifted and Lotus smiled broadly at Junpei and Santa. She waved her hand dismissively, doing her best to laugh the whole confrontation off. Oh, I was just kidding. You really shouldn't take me seriously. I mean,
I
the
don't
things I
trust you
just
now.
told you about are true. They really did happen, but the results of that experiment really aren't anything to go by. They could have easily falsified them. In the end, I'm sure they were just in it for the ratings. They are a TV station, after all.
So basically, you know something and you're hiding it.
At last, it seemed that Santa had gained control of his composure. Right! Man, I gotta admit, you had me there for a minute. I, really thought you were serious. Of course not. Like I told you before, I'm sure it's all just pseudoscience. Oh, okay, right. Ha 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 ha. Santa and Lotus laughed and gave one another jovial claps on the shoulder. Junpei, however, didn't feel so much like laughing. Something felt wrong, unclear. Alright, enough nonsense. You've got the key, let's get out of here. Word. Lotus and Santa walked away from the picture, but Junpei stayed, staring at the picture of the dog. A field not visible to the naked eye. Morphogenic field. The more he thought about it, the more his head hurt.
Okay.
Cool.
So yeah,
Now what?
give me a second, we're going back to the door. Still an elephant. It is, in fact, an
The more I
elephant.
think about it, the more I'm not sure if we really fucked up or not.
Alright, let's go to the hallway. I'll go get June. You guys head to the door. Okay. Roger that.
Roger that.
Yes, it unlocked. Good job,
Roger,
Junpei.
like Gold
Good,
Roger
now we can
from
get going.
King of the Pirates.
Come on, what are you guys standing around for? Let's get out of here.
Go get. Oh, there's.
Come on, Jumpy, let's go. Alright, let's go. Guess what we did?
We
Complete
did
an
it.
entire level.
You found it.
You found it.
Wow.
You found it.
Movies. No, I'm not gonna say a night here.
They stepped through the door to find
What?
themselves in a wide hallway. Junpei, June, Lotus, and Santa stopped for a moment and looked at their surroundings. A short distance away, a metal grate extended across the width of the hallway. They took hold and shook, but it refused to move. Nearby was a pair of elevators. It took only a few button presses to determine that the elevators would not respond to their efforts. They could only assume the elevators were not powered.
So power them.
And there was
Idiot.
only one door left. Nope, looks like we don't have any choice. Yeah, sure does. Well then, let's open it. Junpei grabbed hold of the knob and quietly pushed the door open.
That was quiet.
He entered,
What?
slowly, trying to take in as much of his surroundings as he could. The others followed shortly.
Kitchen.
Oh, so it's a kitchen. Santa did not look pleased.
I don't feel pleased either.
What were you expecting? Isn't it obvious? The exit. I was hoping this would be the way out of here. You really thought it'd be that easy? Yeah, I know. Still. As they talked, Lotus headed deeper into the room.
I thought it would be like an electrical.
What if
So
they
at
have
last,
thing.
she stood in front of a door.
Oh, we need a key card.
If we can just get through the door, we could come out on the other side of that grate we saw earlier. But don't we need a key for that?
A key card.
Sorry, I guess that wasn't very constructive. Neither Junpei nor Lotus looked terribly happy. Junpei dug the ship map from his pocket and spread it out in front of him. As he did... Hey! What's that? Huh? Oh yeah, I guess I forgot to tell you. I found this a little while ago. It's a map of the B-Deck. Before Junpei could finish, Lotus snatched the map away from him. She ran her finger across it, muttering to herself. I knew it. See? Look. Junpei did as he was told. Santa and June moved over to look at the map as well. See?
Among us.
We came in here. If we go out there, then we'll be on the other side of the grate. With her finger, Lotus traced a path on the map. She was right. Satisfied that she had been correct, Lotus folded the map and handed it back to Junpei. He took it and slid the valuable piece of paper back into his pocket. There's a card reader on the right side of the door. That means the key card is somewhere in here, right? Seems the most likely. Alright, we know what we need to do then. Let's get moving. First off, I said we split up and look for clues. Okay?
Oh, god dang it.
Why, you thought you were free from the puzzle?
You don't think we were free? Not quite yet.
Seek a way out.
I kind of want to, like... Part of me wants to kind of play this game, but then it's like, well, no, I can't.
This determines your ending.
A countertop.
Just play the sequel.
You gotta roll it. No, don't play the sequel. It's
No, my
got spoilers. It's got spoilers for this
My
game in it.
headphones came unplugged. I wasn't done talking. I was gonna say, no, I can't play because I have to watch the streams.
Yeah, don't play the sequel. The
that
sequel
also.
spoils this game.
Why would I?
The sequel spoils this
shit!
game rotten.
No shit!
Well, the sequel to Persona 4 didn't spoil Persona 4, so it's not no shit.
This is not a Persona game.
We got a rolling pin and a colander. Nothing useful, in other words.
A colander.
I don't care. Colander. Hey, Santa.
Colander.
Could you open that door, please? What the hell? There's no way I could open that thing. Guess you're getting to that age where your eyes start to go, huh? You better watch your mouth, boy, or someone won't live long enough to see that door opened. This has got the two of them on edge. Gotta get out of here and fast. There's a light hanging from the ceiling. There's a light hanging from the ceiling. It's a tank with a pipe coming out of it. Nothing really that special about it.
There's a light.
Is that
That's the exit. There's a big old iron plate over the door. I don't think we can open it.
Plate.
Those 9 plates
It's
look
funny
pretty
'cause they're in the
expensive.
kitchen.
They're plates for appetizers. Remember, appetizers usually come on square plates. Okay, well, excuse me, princess.
Excuse me,
That had to be a reference.
What?
That had to be. That had to be. What the
said that at the same time.
A voucher. It says appetizer 9, meal dish 10, meat dish 10,
That's
soup
how.
A,
That's how you know
seafood dish
Sunny and
F.
I are cultured.
John, wait, no. Remember that. John, there was a giant number
I know.
sequence.
1, 2, 3. There's 10 of them. If you flip these over, they look like hats. The middle is super deep for a plate. They're soup
If you
plates.
flip these over, they
They're
look
made
like
that way so that the
hats.
soup doesn't spill. If we ever get out of
is
here, you
funny.
should treat yourself to a nice dinner out. What makes you think a poor college student has the money to do something like that?
Oh, we learned something
Dang.
about June. We learned something
Damn.
about
I think
Junpei.
there are 15 of these plates. I'm assuming they're for seafood. How the hell can you tell that? They look just like any other plate from the 99-cent store. If you ever take a lady out to dinner, you're going to embarrass yourself. I feel sorry for June. What? Why the hell are you bringing up June? The lady doth protest too much, methinks. You are not terribly subtle. There's a bunch of little
Yeah,
wavy
you're
ridges on this
more.
plate. Those plates are for
Guy's a
serving meat.
moron.
Oh, you really are ignorant, aren't you? Come on, it's not like I need to know this crap. Jeez. What'd this say again?
Your mom.
This voucher doesn't match the number of the plates on the table. It says appetizer 9, meat dish 10, soup A, seafood dish F on the voucher. And the plates on the table are 9 appetizer, 16 meat, 10 soup, 15 seafood. Maybe they're using hexadecimal.
I
here.
knew it!
And hexadecimal is... It's a number system that goes 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F, 10, 11. You're familiar with base 10, right? That's the normal system of numbers. The base 10 equivalents for hexadecimal numbers would go like this. A equals 10, B equals 11, C equals 12, D equals 13, E equals 14, F equals 15, and 10 equals 16. The 10 becomes 16 in base 10. I know it sounds strange, but you can think of it as just 6 letters added on to the normal number system after 9. A is 10, B 11, C 12,
Yeah,
D
it's just
13, D 14,
repeating.
F 15, 10 equals 16, and so on. I think I get it. Hexadecimal. I wonder if it's some kind of a hint. Yeah, maybe. Junpei, do you remember what I told you about hexadecimal code earlier? Yeah, of course I do. Alright then, here's a little quiz for you. What would 9 plus F be in base 10? 10, 11,
16.
12, 13, 14, 15.
Wait, no.
24.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. Good job. You're a fast learner.
You don't need to answer this question, by the
Giovanni.
way.
Thanks. Yep, that's how you count in hexadecimal. You gonna tell me that again? Yep, you sure are.
John, stop reading the card!
There are 9 plates for appetizers. 9 is 9, even hexadecimal and decimal. There are 10 soup plates. 10 is A in hexadecimal. So that one's right. 15 are these
9A.
seafood plates. F. That's right as well. 16 meat plates. 16 is written as 10 in hexadecimal. That is nuts. Give me what the fucking plates say they
10
need to
equals
be.
16.
Give me what the plates say they are.
Try clicking it again. Maybe it'll
No.
tell you.
Wow. This pot looks like it's
Damn.
made out of silver.
The hedgehog?
Drinking tea from this pot would be really yummy. Spending a day off with June drinking tea. Could such a day ever happen for me? Jumpy? Oh, nothing. We don't really need hot water, so we should be moving on. It's a
What
note.
about her
It's got a
dry
bunch of
throat?
stuff written on it, but it doesn't look like a code or anything like that.
Well, are you gonna let me see it?
Oh my god.
There's so much stuff in here. Whole lot of cans. Probably a pantry.
That's a lot of new.
Let's steal all of their
Oh,
food.
hey, there's something behind the cheese. You're right. Why don't we move some of the cheese? Alright, guys, time to move it. June and I need to look behind you. There's a little green bottle back here.
Hey, we need
It's
Bottle of
all-
oil.
We need to design a texture for this block of cheese. What should we put on it?
Cheese.
How about the word cheese?
Oh, look, cooking oil. You could probably use this to make
Have you
something
ever
slippery.
seen a wheel of cheese?
Yes, but I haven't seen it with the word cheese on it.
There are a number of cheeses lined up in the shelf. This is Gouda cheese, the most famous Dutch cheese. If you don't cut open the casing, it usually won't go bad. So you can store it at room temperature for quite a while. So we can eat this, most likely. I'm not hungry. At all. I guess it's hard to get hungry in a situation like this. And the light for the pantry. There's milk in here. Milk in an iron barrel. Judging by the rust, it's probably really old. Maybe we shouldn't open it up. I don't think it'd be a pretty sight.
I just like how
Ew.
the
Where
more
they
John
get cheese?
finds stuff, the more he sounds so annoyed. Like, there's milk in here. Like, God,
Because
can
John
we
is
I guess
go?
that's-
annoyed with checking
That's kind
everything.
of how John put the inflection on the way he.
John is getting annoyed at
A
clicking
door.
everything, though.
There's a bolt keeping us from opening it.
Well, then
The bolt
remove
is
the
rusted
bolt.
in place. We won't budge.
Alright.
Of course, maybe if I put some oil on it.
Oh
Hey!
shit!
Just a little bit of oil and come on. Come on, you little son of a bitch. Whoa! Ha, God, yes, got you, little bastard. You did it, Jumpy. You're so smart.
I like how you
Why
didn't
was-
even
why
interact
was-
with the door the first time, so you wouldn't know that that was the thing needed to do.
Why was Santa trying to stop you?
I don't know. As Junpei walked into the room, a blast of cold air washed over him. Almost instinctively, he folded his arms tight around his chest, doing what he could to conserve body heat. Ugh, it's cold in here. What is this place? Are you blind? It's a freezer! Santa's teeth had already begun to chatter. Hardly surprising. The freezer was far too cold for someone dressed as he was. Lotus, however, was even worse situation. Oh yeah, I'd imagine. Oh no way! That's way too cold for me. I'll freeze
why'd you
solid in
come in here?
seconds.
Yeah, so why are
Sorry,
you in here?
but I'm afraid I'll have to pass on this one. I'm gonna leave the rest to you. And with that, she ran out of the room. As Lotus left, June came in. Oh, it's really cold in here. White puffs of steam hovered in their faces as they talked. June already started to shiver. Hey, you don't need to be in here. You had a fever just a little bit ago. You should stay outside. We got this. No, I'm fine. My fever's gone now. But Junpei had scarcely opened his mouth when the thunderous sound of metal upon metal rang out from behind them.
They're all dead.
Well, yeah, we're now dead. Thanks, Lotus. in unison, they spun around to find the door had only recently come through was closed. Junpei rushed to the door, and he grabbed hold of the doorknob, and it's frozen shut.
Is this one of our first death
No.
things?
No. don't try to predict things.
It was cold, beyond cold. Merely touching it was painful. The doorknob had been frozen solid. They quickly deduced that the pipe next to the door had ruptured. Water released by the rupture had hit the door and frozen instantly. Santa shoved Junpei aside and pounded against the door. Hey, Lotus! You're out there, right? Open the door!
Lotus closed the door to
She
kill
wasted
them.
no time in responding. What do you want? What's going on? The door won't open! Try opening it from that side. Please! Fine. If you say so. Hold on. Soon they could hear Lotus on the other side of the door. Then the grunting ceased and they could hear light panting as if from exertion. It's no use. It won't budge. We've got more people in there. You figure it out.
So, Santa's going to die, right?
God damn it. Santa was shaking like a newborn deer. June was hugging herself and was shivering violently. Even Junpei, with the heaviest clothes of any of them, was clearly feeling the cold. With every breath they took, they could feel the cold working its way deeper and deeper into their bodies.
Well,
Anyway,
now
let's
then.
find a way out. If we don't get moving, we're gonna be permanent residents. 2 heads better than none. I'm sure we'll find something out. Yeah, you're right. Let's just take a good look around this room, okay? Right.
Yeah, I think he meant 3.
They pushed in close to one another and began to search.
Is there a time limit on this?
Now,
Will
Look,
there be a time limit?
ice.
Baby.
It's dry ice, actually.
Dry ice. Can't you make that stuff cause an explosion if you seal it in something that's airtight? Explode. Yeah, didn't you do that in school? You should never underestimate the power of expanding gas.
It's a good thing that it's in an airtight container.
Junpei picked up the dry ice with his sleeves as to avoid burning himself. Dry ice is just frozen carbon dioxide, right? Yeah, it is. I wonder how warm it has to be for it to get to turn back into gas again. Hell if I know. How's that gonna help us anyway? Oh well, I figured we might as well be able to use it to get out of here. We were about to move on when June spoke up. Carbon dioxide's sublimation point is negative 109 degrees. Any warmer than that, and it'll turn into gas. Any lower, and it becomes a solid. Junpei looked at her dumbfounded. How do you know that? Despite my looks, I'm the queen of random knowledge. Looks bad to mess up when you're showing off. Arglemoff mumble mumble. Oh, you're so cold your mouth's going numb? Yes. That's right. You're just doing that on purpose, aren't you? June giggled and did her best to hide her guilt. At least she was still feeling good enough to joke around, Junpei told himself. Come on, guys, don't you think that's kind of weird? I wonder why it doesn't turn into a liquid first. Santa was now shivering at an astounding rate, but his curiosity seemed unaffected. Junpei, however, was not in the mood to discuss science. This decides your ending.
Gee, I wonder which one. The one that will get them killed?
Okay! This does decide your ending. Felipe, are you here?
Yes, I am. Unfortunately.
All right,
Unfortunately.
guys. What do you pick?
Who?
Felipe.
Why you always be?
Because you're first in line! Okay, we'll go reverse order this time. Summer.
Why me?
Because we're going
Summer,
reverse
you're always
order.
last.
Oh my god. I
It's
don't
on
even
your-
know what's going on at this point. What's
There's stuff
happening?
in a freezer.
my
Choose which
God.
option. That's it.
I wonder
That's all
why
you
it
need.
doesn't turn into a liquid first, whatever she was talking about. Dry ice. When it goes above negative 109 degrees, he wonders why it doesn't turn into a liquid first instead of doing whatever it does.
It turns into a solid. And
If he
then a
wants to get
liquid.
out of the freezer,
It
he
turns
gets
into a
out of there now.
solid and then it turns into a liquid. What'd you say, Summer?
I choose the first one. He wanted it out of the
Okay,
freezer.
want it
the
out of the
first-
freezer now. Okay. Sunny?
First,
I'm doing. It didn't strike Junpei as odd. As
you'd
Strike
Rafa
rather
as
thought.
hear
odd.
about the odd fact then
Okay, Knight.
imminent
Yes.
death. The first one.
Yes.
Okay, want it out of the freezer now. Heartless.
Get out.
Want it out of the freezer now. Felipe.
Damn it! I wanted to know.
Felipe, do you care about random knowledge or surviving?
I don't think it
Surviving.
matters. I've been voted out of.
We've been
You want out of
we've
the
been
freezer.
outvoted anyway, so
Yeah.
No matter
doesn't
what,
matter. You want
Alright.
we're
out.
not going to see
For-
the other option.
we're what did you vote, Felipe?
He wanted out of the freezer.
4-1. We're getting out of the freezer now. His patience was wearing thin. How the hell would I know? How the hell is that going to help us get out of here? We don't have time for this crap. Actually, Junpei stopped mid-sentence, surprised by June's interjection. Under enough pressure, carbon dioxide will turn into a liquid. This isn't really a good time for a chat about science. But I was wondering the same thing. Wondering what? Wondering why carbon dioxide doesn't turn into a liquid unless it's under pressure. Right? It just seems weird. Why does a liquid between 32 degrees and 212 degrees? So why isn't that the case for carbon dioxide? H2O and CO2 are pretty similar. No, they're not. They're totally different substances. Look, guys, if we keep this up, we're just gonna freeze to death. You good with that? You wanna die talking about sublimation and gases? 'Cause I sure as hell don't. He fixed both of them with a glare. Now let's get back to work. Assuming you don't want to end up like a pair of ice sculptures. Junpei turned around, the problem dealt with.
I feel like we fucked up.
Or so he thought. There's a kind of ice that doesn't turn into liquid when it goes above 32 degrees. I heard about it. Its melting point is 96 degrees. Its melting point is 96 degrees? You mean there's water that freezes at 96 degrees? Yeah. Now you could also look at it as ice that won't melt until it's 96 degrees. Water that freezes at 96 degrees. Ice that won't melt until it's 96 degrees.
That's interesting.
Also important.
So we
It doesn't
fucked
matter.
Felipe, go.
Ah,
Okay, yeah, this time we're starting with Felipe.
that's interesting.
That's interesting. Okay, Heartless?
Interesting.
That's interesting. Knight.
It's interesting.
Interesting.
I still feel like we fucked up.
Sunny?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
That's a lot.
Summer?
That's interesting.
4-1. That's
What?
interesting.
Great vegetables.
Now that was difficult to ignore. Junpei had to ask. So what's this ice with a melting point of 96 degrees called? I heard it's called Ice 9. Ice 9. Originally, Ice 9 was a made-up substance invented by a science fiction author, but recently scientists have discovered that such a substance actually exists. Wait, hold up. So is this thing called Ice 9, or is it water? Like I said, if the ice is over 96 degrees, it'll be liquid. If it's under that, it'll solidify. So you could think of it as a polymorph of H2O. Here, think of it like diamonds and graphite. They're both made of carbon, right? But depending on the structure of the crystallization, the hardness and structure are completely different. I'm allergic to this conversation.
It's also cold in here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you're saying normal water and this Ice 9 are like that? Yep. She wasn't finished. Have you heard the story about the crystallization of glycerin? For 150 years after the discovery of glycerin, people cooled it, warmed it, and did all sorts of things to it. But whatever they did, it never crystallized. However, one day in 1920, some glycerin that was en route to England by ship was discovered to have crystallized during the trip. Naturally, scientists worldwide wanted to research this new crystallized form of glycerin and began asking for samples of the seed. A seed is, of course, a sample of the original crystallized substance. With a seed crystal, further crystallization of glycerin would be a simple matter. However, something very strange happened. Not only did the glycerin encouraged by seed crystals begin to crystallize, nearby samples did as well. It didn't end there. After that day, all glycerin in the world began to crystallize naturally when cooled to less than 64 degrees. Before that day, no matter how glycerin was cooled, it refused to crystallize. But once the crystallization had begun, it was almost like... how do I put it? It was almost like all the glycerin in the world was communicating. Communicating in some way that we can't sense. Junpei, this is important as well.
What the fuck? Was kind of impressed.
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 Well, that's 3 impressed already.
Felipe? Does it matter at this point?
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter at this point.
Summer.
But to be fair,
There's no
if I'm
tie to
being
break,
honest,
John.
I am kind of annoyed.
Okay, it was honestly impressed. 3 votes.
Okay, I was just gonna
Was
say honestly impressed.
Honestly impressed.
Anyways.
It was in fact a pretty interesting story. Wow, that's pretty interesting. But what does that have to do with Ice 9? To a surprise, it was Santa and not June who answered. What she's saying is that it's a lot like Ice 9. What happened, I mean. A lot like? That would be bad. If water everywhere started freezing at 96 degrees. Man, it'd be the end of the world. Junpei felt that Santa might not be treating the idea of the end of the world with the proper concern. At any rate, we're not going to have to worry about the end of the world unless we can get out of here pretty damn quick. He was right. Junpei shivered.
Oh,
Alright guys, I think that's enough of that. I didn't think we'd get quite this far off topic. I mean, I know I'm kind of at fault here, but we can't be screwing around anymore. Seriously.
you asked.
I might go by the name
No, I
Santa
don't
right
care.
now, but I didn't grow up in Iceland. I freaking hate the cold. So let's get cracking, alright? We gotta find a way out of here.
You know what I thought was gonna happen?
These nuts.
What?
I thought the ice on the door was like Ice 9.
Mm,
And that
you're
story was
asking a
important.
question that you can probably find the answer to in the game.
I thought the story was important. And that's how they
Santa
were
stopped
gonna
off,
do it.
clearly doing his best to pretend the cold wasn't affecting him. Selfish, isn't he? Thought Junpei to himself. Still, Santa was right, and it was high time they got back to their search. The story of Ice 9 had him interested, but there'd be time to think about that once they'd gotten out of the freezer. Junpei looked at June, nodded, and resumed his search of the room.
Did every single dialogue matter there? Because you did this weird thing where you first were annoyed, but then you got intrigued by the discussion. Does that affect the ending?
You'll see.
Probably.
There's some frozen meat up there. Looks like pork. Huh? What's this? It looks like a tag or something. Chunk of pork.
Search it.
Yummy.
Jumpy, is there a slip of paper in that meat? I think there's something written on here, but I can't read it like this. If we try and pull it out, it'll probably rip. You need to defrost that. I don't think we're going to be doing that in this room.
Combine it with the dry and then you die, it explodes.
Everything's frozen in here. Doesn't look like there's anything else interesting.
Well, what about that big thing?
This thing is covering something. It's frozen solid. I can't flip it over.
What about that big thing?
There's
What big
water
thing?
dripping from this pipe.
On the other area.
Looks like
Oh,
when the
you mean
pipe
the
burst, the
freezer
water hit the
that we
doorknob and
opened?
froze it in place. This water actually seems almost warm.
Yeah, there was probably. I think you're thinking of the freezer, Heartless.
There's warm water flowing from the pipe.
Can't
Okay,
freeze
so
it, John.
put the fucking dry ice near it.
Wait, no, defrost the pork.
I did. I put it. Put it.
Well, I don't know.
Junpei,
Oh,
I'm
no,
smart.
area.
Give me credit. Do my solution.
Do
Well,
my
John, look around the
smart.
room more. You're not done.
Hey, Junpei, didn't you find some dry ice earlier? Yeah? There's warm water coming out of that pipe. Warm water and dry ice. What do you think would happen if we put that stuff in a sealed container together?
Hey, John. I think I know what you have to do.
That ice keeps the doorknob from moving. I can't open the door as long as it's there. Maybe if I put some of the dry ice into a sealed container with some of that warm water.
So now try interacting with the pipe with the dry ice.
Now, Jesus. There's warm water flowing from the pipe.
You're holding the pork.
There's warm water flowing from the pipe.
You need a container.
I give up.
Hey, Junpei! You know the thing that you can do with the thing that you have? You should do
need a
that.
container.
Junpei! Nah! That's too smart for me.
Nah,
We need a
Ace
container.
nah, because you know,
You
you're
need
so
a
dumb. I
container.
can't think.
Nothing
Freezer.
special.
Oh my
So I'm
fucking
so
god.
John. In
Nothing
two
special.
pieces of media that I've seen with Junpei in it,
Oh.
they're both. They
Oh.
both. What?
The rope!
Oh,
Wait,
it's to
what?
I think it's to
Rope.
open the sealed container without, you know, exploding
It's
yourself.
a rope.
Oh,
Oh, we could use it to attach something to something else, I suppose.
Like a dry ice bag without
There's so much
detonating
stuff in here.
yourself.
Why don't we take some of it out, Jumpy? Or a water bottle.
Oh, I get it.
Ball.
You don't
A
put the bag
ball.
of dry
There's
ice
anything else here
under
that looks
the
useful.
water.
Dry ice.
So what you were going to do, John, would have blown you up.
Oh my god!
Try doing a
You're
combined
holding
method.
the water
You
bottle.
aren't
Yeah,
holding.
no, he knows that. Rope dry.
Try the rope and the dry ice. Rope and dry ice.
That's
Okay.
Clearly, we're still missing something. Wait, I know what to do. Wait a minute. A cover. It's frozen in place. I can't get it off.
Wait, put the dry ice in the
The
bottle.
rope
Did you already
to
try
the
that?
cover.
Dry ice in the bottle.
John.
Yeah.
That's not gonna do anything.
John, the dry ice in the bottle.
He tried that
Did you
7
not?
times.
Okay.
There, 7 times.
I wanted to make sure because I didn't know
Because
Wait, John. The water bottle.
because I
and
missed
ice.
out on one simple
we
thing.
were
That means I'm a pure idiot.
John,
It's some chicken.
we were missing something, Carlos.
Yay.
no, John. Use the water bottle on the pipe.
I did.
tried that.
We did.
Yes, I
Yes.
did. Pay attention.
Yes, he did.
Okay, I'm using the chicken on fucking everything.
Why is our mentality
Use the chicken on the
going
cover.
And
Use the chicken on the pipes. Throw the chicken at the door.
I was talking about maybe
Start by
the
putting the dry ice into the
Or
water.
putting the dry ice
I
into the
did that!
But the dry ice is too big.
Gotta figure
Well, you
out a
gotta
way to
figure
make
out
it
a way to
smaller
make
then,
it
don't
smaller.
you, genius? Oh, genius! Oh, you go, you fucking dickhead!
Honey, you keep rambling.
How are we supposed to make it smaller?
It's really hard. It's frozen stiff. Hey, June, can you say that again? Huh? Say it again. It's really hard. Again. It's really hard. Thanks. Something wrong, Junpei? Your face is bright red. Nothing. Oh? If it's that hard, you could probably use it as a hammer. Yeah, good point. Maybe we can use it to break something. Junpei, I'm gonna
gonna
end your
break
miserable
Like the
existence.
ice on the
skull
door.
open.
Yes, it is. Sturdy rope. I could probably tie things together with this.
Maybe you can
Make
hammer the
ice smaller. Put ice under thing to make smaller. I hate you.
John, try
No.
hammering the ice on the door. You can hammer things. You can hammer things with that chicken. Maybe you should try hammering the ice on the
I'm gonna crush the dry ice if I
Door.
want to get it in the bottle.
combined
John?
chicken and dry ice.
John.
I
What?
guess
Can
I'm
you
trying
use
to
the-
combine it with everything.
You didn't.
John.
Hey, John.
They said
If-
try
if a-
crushing it.
If another choice, if another,
Heartless, can
if
you
another-
please tell me what you were thinking?
if another choice comes up,
Hey.
skip my vote because I'm gonna be eating for a bit.
Okay.
Cool.
Alright,
What
dry
are you
ice
saying?
is all in pieces now.
Hold on.
Okay.
John, here, Heartless, what did you want?
Can you use the warm water to melt the water in the water bottle?
I'm gonna put these pieces of dry ice into the water bottle.
The water bottle was empty.
Oh.
Nerd.
And I'm going to put the water bottle in under the pipe. What other steps could there possibly be?
Bottle on door.
Ryan,
Not yet, Junpei. We're not going to get the result we want unless you can hook that bottle to the doorknob somehow. It's got to explode right next to the ice on the doorknob.
Whoa.
The rope.
I don't think we need to worry about that pipe at all, John.
Let's just tie a rope on here. Water bottle bomb. Now attach that to the meat. God damn it.
No, John, I think you just put the meat under the pipe, and I think you were just...
I have done that. You have no idea how many times I've done that night.
May I use the other one?
No, the other one goes underneath the door. You click that
You
on the
down
door
for it.
knob. Click the door knob itself, not just the door. Because keep in mind, they are different items.
I know, I'm clicking the wrong
Well,
one.
I meant with the water bottle bomb, but...
Warm water dripped from the ruptured pipe near the door. Poured out the water bottle filled with dry ice, let a good amount of water fall in, and then quickly sealed it up tight. The makeshift bomb complete, he tied it to the doorknob as quickly as he could manage in the cold. Alright, that's set. So, what do we do now? We just need to give it a little, tap. Bottle's already about to pop. If we just throw a rock or something at it, it'll go off all on its own. Small rock. Small rock. If we look down at the
Chicken.
floor.
Ice.
Scattered around it were pieces of dry ice left over from the larger chunk he'd crushed earlier. Alright, this ought to do the trick. He pulled his sleeve down over his hand to keep from getting burnt and grabbed a chunk of dry ice. It was a pretty good size. Almost as big as a pool ball. He figured it would probably be just the right size. Alright guys, stand back. We should probably hide somewhere. Well, Santa and June looked at him with new concern. Where exactly do you expect us to hide, genius? There
Yeah,
isn't really
genius.
anywhere big enough. In the safe. Yeah, there is. Look. Right here. We can hide in there. We pulled open the door to the small cellar. Oh,
Not what I was thinking of.
Come on, get inside, quick! Andrew nodded and jumped down into the hole. Junpei quickly followed. In
We're
his
gonna
hand, he
die.
could feel the chill of the frozen carbon dioxide even through his sleeve. He tightened his grip, took aim, and prepared to throw.
And then he missed.
Alright, here it goes. 3, 4, 5. You're counting the wrong way! Oops. It's a really sad excuse for a joke, man. Sorry, dude. Alright, for real this time. You guys ready? Yes. Whenever you're ready. Just throw the damn thing. Alright, here I go. 3, 2, 1. Junpei threw the chunk of dry ice as hard as he could. With the same motion, he ducked down to the cellar with Jen and June, just as...
They'll die.
No.
Junpei leapt out of the cellar and ran to the door. Jumpy! The ice on the door, is it gone? Yeah, it's gone! The blast must have shattered it. Yes, alright, let's see if it opens. Junpei grabbed the knob and pushed with all of his might. The door gave way easily and all three of them tumbled out of the freezer at once. Hooray! We're out! June, relieved, collapsed onto the floor. Move! Santa shoved past Junpei and ran straight to the grill, which he immediately grabbed. Ow, goddammit, hot, 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 fuck! He proceeded to kick the grill in a futile but amusing fit of rage. But where was Lotus?
Abandoned.
It took Junpei only a moment to find her. She was sitting on the counter, idly scratching her chest. Welcome back. I was starting to get tired of waiting for you guys. With a great yawn, Lotus lowered herself off to the counter.
Oh, I hate her already.
I think some of you have already started to hate her. Junpei clenched his teeth and walked toward her.
I didn't hate her.
What
But now I
were
do.
you doing? What do you mean, what was I doing? I was waiting. We were gonna die! Oh yeah? But you didn't, so everything worked out alright, didn't it? What the hell? Just kidding. It might not look like it, but I was really worried. Don't give me that crap! I'm telling the truth. I mean, if you died, then I'd be in trouble too. If you died, then I'd be stuck here, and I'd die too. See? I did all I could. I even looked around to see if there was anything I could use to pry open the door. But I couldn't find anything. So all I could do was wait. I mean, what else did you want me to do? Call the cops? It's true, there wasn't much she could have done, but something about her tone. Junpei gritted his teeth. Fine, but there's one thing I have to ask you. What's that? You didn't close the door, did you? What? You think I closed the door on you? Why would I do something like that? It closed on its own. I told you before, if you die, then I die too. She was right, and Junpei knew it. Without them, she'd be in very serious trouble. It seemed that an accident was the only explanation for the door's closure. If Lotus had really wanted to kill them, all she would have had to do was bar the door from the outside. And she hadn't. Well, she hadn't done anything. The most she was guilty of was laziness, or negligence, not attempted murder. Junpei swallowed his anger and did his best to apologize. Let me see something. Okay, it looks like we're fine.
He swallowed his
All
anger.
right, we're fine. That means we're on the good.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I doubted you. Hmm? Oh, yes. Well, that's alright, as long as you understand. Lotus looked away and twirled her hair between her fingertips. His vengeance against the grill complete, Santa swaggered back toward Junpei and Lotus. Hey! No more screwing around, you two!
Be a verb.
Break time's over. Especially for you, lady. You've just been sitting on that fat ass of yours while we were freezing to death. How rude. I was plenty busy. Yeah, how about you put all that energy into something besides bitching? Let's go. Where's that grill at?
Behind
I
you.
don't know he's streaming.
Also, you can check where things are with the bird's eye camera if you want. That is a button you've never used.
Oh, that's over
Oh my
here.
God.
Grill's
Oh,
over there
really?
behind the kitchen. Oh, what's that?
Yeah,
then?
like a calculator.
What was that though?
Numbers, look, click it.
True, but I don't think John knows them.
This is probably what you're supposed to use to enter the password. Maybe if we put in the right number, it'll open the oven door.
9.
Hey,
9.
Junpei, why don't you try entering the numbers we found on the voucher earlier? The one that said appetizer 9, meat dish 10,
Oh, right.
soup A, seafood dish F? Yes. Convert the 10, A, and F to base 10. That's worth a shot. No dice. Looks like that's too many numbers. Looks like the number on the voucher isn't the actual passcode.
Are you gonna let?
Let
Oh,
me
so-
fucking try!
So John, it's not in the game mode because you haven't found the code, so you can't possibly enter it.
I don't know he's
Which is
streaming.
weird because I
Like
just
an
remember the
hour-ish.
first room.
The
Uh,
trash can.
yeah,
There's
no,
nothing of it inside of it. Well, better than being full of rotten food, I suppose.
There's no duck on it.
Damn it, there's nothing in here. Hey, Santa, taking through the trash really suits you. What the hell did you say? Listen, lady, I did you a favor. I knew you'd just piss and moan, so I did it for you. Oh my, I don't recall asking you to do anything. Ugh, I ought to throttle you. Squeeze me. Does it feel colder in here?
Yes.
Oh, a
Yes, the
countertop.
freezer's open.
There's a rolling pin and colander here. Nothing useful.
Colander.
Colander.
You're wrong.
Maybe this table is for preparing food. There are plates everywhere. It's like a bunch of instructions for using the cooking utensils. Nothing real suspicious about that.
Maybe we should try.
Hey, Junpei, where do you think you're going? I was just thinking I'd check and see if we missed anything in the freezer. Why would we have missed anything? We searched that whole damn place. We put our lives on the line, man. Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't need to go back there.
Well, I do.
Shelf has a white cloth on it. Sure
Have
does.
you tried? Oh, you can defrost the pork.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Oh.
What we got here is a pot and frying pan. Oh, and a pressure cooker. Oh, I guess we could use some of those as weapons. What kind of an idiot are you? You're gonna run around holding that thing while you're looking for the dead? Hey man, it was just a joke. Why so serious? Frying pan and 2 kinds of pots.
Okay.
It's only a partition. There's nothing else worth noting here.
I think you're looking in the wrong spot.
Damn it, didn't work. Doesn't matter how many times you try it, this door isn't going to open until we've solved all the puzzles in this room. I'm sure this is all just part of Zero's plan. I just can't imagine what his motives could be.
Hey John, by the way, how many pickerats do you think this is worth?
I don't know. No, it's a card reader. Since the light's red, I figured it's probably still locked. Key card for it's got to be around here somewhere. We just got to find it. This is the door we came in through. It's not locked, so we could go back out, but what's the point, right? While it's out, there's an iron gate and a dead-end hallway. Yep. Might as well be locked for all the good going back out there to do. Oh, okay. Oh, there's the grill. Guess I'll put this meat on the grill. Hey, what are you doing? What are you gonna do with the paper burns? Come on, it'll be fine. I mean, it's not like it's gonna burn right away, right? Just gotta keep an eye on it, and the paper will be fine. I can argue all they want. I'm gonna keep an eye on this pork. Cool. Looks like it's about time. I'm gonna try taking the paper out. Jumpy, be careful. Shade of her to care, but I know what I'm. Ouch! See? I told you. Hey, what the hell are you doing? Hurry up and take the paper out. It's not coming out. This thing's frozen stiff. I can't get it out. So are we gonna have to cut the meat? Yeah, it looks that way. With the rolling pin. There's gotta be some kind of utensil here. See that action movie that came out last week? Nah, I heard it was critically panned. I don't know, it's pretty enjoyable with a little pot. Oh. Well-kept countertop. Doesn't seem to be anything useful on it, though. Alright,
I'm back.
wait.
What clues did I miss?
We put the meat on the grill, and we have to cut it in order to get the thing inside it. Who knows? Pipe goes up into the ceiling. Maybe, just maybe, we could climb into that pipe and get out of here. Idiot. How the hell are you supposed to get into a pipe that size? At least it kind of got my joke. That kind of makes me happy. Yep, and that. 9 plates are out. 9 is 9. I don't think I'm going to be finding anything here. Oh, Jesus.
Well, you're looking for a knife, right? Try interacting with the frying pan again. Hello?
Hold on, I'm looking. Wooden box on the second row, though. Ah. A rusty knife. I don't think we'll be able to use it while it's like this. Knife seemed important, Junpei thought, but it wasn't going to be much use the way it was. It's futile. Futile? You know, a waste, useless, pointless. Oh. Any particular reason you wanted to bring that up? Oh, no reason, really. I was just thinking about futility.
And how we're never getting out of this
Doesn't
room.
make such sense. Junpei tried rephrasing his question. Why were you thinking about futility? At last she answered. Well, it has something to do with the Titanic. The Titanic? Yep.
The sinking is futile and we can't escape. I
Have you
get
ever
it.
heard the story that the sinking of the Titanic was predicted? This does not matter, I don't think. So, no,
Well,
I haven't.
I haven't.
No, I haven't. What is it? In 1892, 14 years before the Titanic sank, a novel was published. It was called Futility. It was written by an American novelist named Morgan Robertson. The story was about a big cruise ship colliding with an iceberg and sinking. Of course, if that was the only similarity, there wouldn't be any reason to mention it. It wasn't, though. The name of the ship, its nationality, course, departure time, size, displacement, maximum speed, number of passengers and crew, the number of lifeboats, even the location of the accident itself, and the cause and the location of damage. Everything matches the Titanic almost exactly. It was almost as if he'd seen the whole thing happen. But this book was written 14 years before the Titanic sank.
By the way, the ship in the book, I just looked this up, was named the Titan in the
Nice.
book.
But that's not all. It wasn't just futility that predicted the sinking of the Titanic. There were two other, similar stories written by a man named William Thomas Stead. Both of them before the accident, one in 1886 and one in 1892. Stead wrote two stories that had striking similarities to the Titanic disaster. In one, two ships collided and many of the passengers died because there weren't enough lifeboats. In the other, a ship collided with an iceberg and sank. I don't know, I mean, I'll give you that it seems a little weird, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't too uncommon for ships to hit icebergs back in the day, or even eat other ships. Right, I know you'd say that. But what if the Steed had some sort of special powers? To be more specific, what if he had the ability to do automatic writing? What? Automatic writing? Wait, are you talking about that
ChatGPT?
thing where someone says they're possessed by a spirit, and then they write a bunch of stuff without knowing what they're writing? Yes. What do you mean, yes? That's just a load of bull. Okay, so let's say, hypothetically, the automatic writing isn't a total load. These guys still couldn't have predicted the sinking of the Titanic. When this Stead dude wrote his thing, nobody died on the Titanic yet. So if automatic writing is about being possessed by spirits of dead people, who the hell possessed him so he could write that stuff? That's not it. What's not it? Stead wasn't possessed by a spirit. He was doing the possessing. What are you smoking? William Thomas Stead was a passenger on the Titanic. Why was I about to say internet? He just wrote down what he saw with his own eyes, 20 years before it happened. He decided it was probably best to say nothing. What June was saying was insane and utterly absurd. If he tried to take what she was saying seriously, he'd go mad. Junpei smiled uncomfortably. Well, why don't we talk about this some other time, okay? Huh? But... Her voice trailed off and she glanced at the floor, troubled. Junpei tapped June gently on the shoulder and awkwardly reached around her to pick up the knife from the box. Oh! This is a knife.
So what I meant.
I have no idea what
We're still
the
in
game
this
wants
fucking
me to-
room.
I don't know what the game wants me to feel right now, John, but I don't like it.
We're really in trouble. I know I'm just repeating myself, but this is really a futility moment. That blade is so rusty. Yeah, I know. We can't cut a damn thing with a knife like this. If we're gonna cut anything, we probably have to sharpen the knife.
Well, it's clearly got out of the
Yeah,
freezer.
we
You
did.
used the chicken!
Did anyone die?
I think that would
Um,
help you
number 9
realize why
died,
that
and
doesn't
that's it.
work.
Okay. I meant anyone new.
There's a silver pot here. Brilliant.
We
Well kept countertop. Doesn't seem to be anything useful on it, though. I got it. We
pot-
should
the
burn the
pot.
knife. I said that we should burn the knife. I gotta cut open the meat to get to the paper. I should be able to use this knife to cut it. It's not working. This knife is too dull. Well, that's probably because it's all rusty. If we had something you could sharpen the knife with.
Well, this
What
is a
about the rolling
kitchen. There
pin
should be a
table?
knife sharpener
A
somewhere.
rolling pin and
colander.
colander. Nothing useful.
Colander!
Colander makes me think that it's meant to be on like a both land and sea.
Frying pan and two
No,
kinds of pots.
that's a colander. It's a
There's some bottles
strainer.
of seasoning in here.
It separates
Yeah, but the
things
way
in
John
water.
says it makes me think
Because
of
John's an idiot.
yes.
He called it chicken Gordon blue once.
What
I
the
don't
fuck
care.
is that?
Chicken
Anyway,
cordon bleu.
looked around the freezer
Yeah,
enough
but what
already.
is
We
that?
can't afford to get in that kind of trouble again.
A meal.
Probably better if we don't go back in there.
It
There's
is.
gotta be something in here then.
It has chicken, breading,
Didn't we
ham.
find like a bottle in here
Sounds good.
and we just...
Uh,
oh wait, it was
oil. It was
oil. We
oil.
used it.
Yeah,
We used it to get in that place that almost killed us.
Why did I... Stop. Stop clicking it twice.
No.
what about the other? Nah, never mind.
What
I
about
said about
the
the
other
other
never
cloth,
mind?
but
There really should be a knife sharpener
are you
somewhere.
missing it? Try the bird's eye
Kind of
view,
far
see if
away.
you-
I can't really tell, but is that a ladle? I don't really think a ladle is going to be very useful.
Can you use
It'd be
bird?
so useful.
It's a ladle.
It's a ladle.
No reason to hang on to it. Am I?
No,
you're not.
Oh.
An iron oven looks pretty heavy duty. Probably industrial quality. I bet you could cook anything with this. Let's have a look inside, but you can't because it's locked. Couldn't have figured that one out.
John, you really are ace defective.
What?
John, you really are ace.
Stupe Iori, ace defective.
Ace detective. Table looks
Ace
really
defective.
old-fashioned. It means this probably means this is an old boat.
Like the Titanic.
Okay, I have about reached my limit of thinking.
Haven't we all?
I have run around this room the same 5 things over and over.
Have you tried analyzing the room with the bird's eye view to see if you see if there's something there that you can't see right now that you find amiss?
So this.
Big bucket made
part
of
right
tin.
here.
There's nothing inside.
What about the sink itself?
Maybe this table's for preparing food. Let's say.
What about the thing right next to the knife icon? Yeah, that.
Wow.
Those are dishes.
Ah! What are these
Oh, it's
fucking
that.
obscure clicks? You
It's that
combine
one.
these.
That yeah.
Maybe I'll use the whetstone to sharpen the knife. That's so stupid. I should be able to cut something pretty good with this. Like a human. Shank, shank,
Like
shank, shank.
Junpei.
I'm slicing you all.
No.
Why me? I'm the one that helped you with this, and I didn't even look it up this time.
Shink, shink.
I was just like, I wonder if it's in the fucking sink. That's that plate. That
Now that I sharpen the knife, yes, I
mind.
cut the pork. Awesome, Junpei. Now we can cut out the paper.
And now we can eat.
C plus 10 plus F.
Maybe C, so
equals
it goes
NC.
9.
So 10. So
12,
12
22.
plus 16 plus 15. 12 plus 16 is 28.
27.
Plus 15 is 43.
So what do we need 43 for?
Pork. 12
Uncooked
plus
pork.
16 is 28. Plus 15 is 43. Stop making me question my math, or I will pull out the calculator.
I
Or
thought
I
it was
will
42.
pull out the knife. Okay.
But it is 43.
Oh, easy.
That's probably what you're supposed to use to enter the key password. Maybe if we put in the right number, it'll open the oven door. Maybe the note you found earlier. Do you know how to enter those numbers? I think E is for enter and C is for clearing. Basically, when I'm ready to submit my answer, I press E. If I screw up, I just press C. Alright.
How do you screw up 2 numbers?
Because fuck you. Oh, it's
9,
three.
9, 9.
Could you imagine? I thought you were gonna type 420.
Sound like metal's falling. I guess that went well. Yeah,
So, John,
door
I would-
opened. Good job,
So
John.
John, I was looking away for a second, and when I heard beeping sound, I thought your bomb went off.
No, the bomb wouldn't go off unless he didn't
Oh,
get, because he already
wait.
deactivated his
I
bomb.
know. I looked away for a second. From
Well,
the
now the
screen.
door's
Yes,
open,
I
so
think
we
it's
found
unlocked
it.
now. You did it, Jumpy. Let's get out of here. Guess
Wait, I
what?
know where,
Guess
I know
what
where
we
we're gonna be
did?
now.
Yes, let's go. Guess what we did?
Went all the way back. We went all the way back because there was a Saturn or Jupiter symbol before.
They stepped out of the kitchen and into a hallway that looked rather familiar. A metal grate stretched from wall to wall. Beyond it were 2 elevators and the entrance to the kitchen. They had entered the kitchen from one door and came out the other. That meant that their map of the ship's interior was accurate. They laid the map out in front of them and began to discuss their next step.
We leave.
There were 4 possible routes.
Shit.
A, B, C, and D. First, A and B. A and B both seemed to connect to an L-shaped room. However, the 2 doors that led to the room were
locked.
and could not be opened.
Gee, I wonder what route you're supposed to take.
Next was route C. This goes all the way to the main staircase. That means it's door 5, one of the numbered doors. Then do you think we would meet up with the other 4 after this hallway? No, I don't think we will. Why not? Look, there by the stairs. See how the gate is opened? When we went into the kitchen, it was closed, but it's open now. What do you think that means? They opened it, most likely. Then if we take Route C, we're going backwards. That would be pointless.
So
Then
we
that
take Route
means
D.
we take Route D.
D's no.
They all looked at the staircase, its lazy curve leading down, deeper into the ship. Route D then. D it is. Yep, Route D. Then we're set.
On the bottom screen, that doesn't look like stairs. That just looks like a slope.
They
Yeah,
jog
it
down the
does.
stairs until they reach the sea
Maybe
deck.
it's wheelchair accessibility.
Just to be
for
sure,
half
they
the
kept going
stairs.
to check the deck beneath. Yeah, just like I thought. Deck D is totally underwater. Seems like the bottom of the central staircase. Water gazed back at them, its smooth surface like a great mirror. As ominous as it was, Junpei took at least some comfort from the fact that the level hadn't gone up much since the last time he'd seen it. They turned back to C deck. It didn't take them long to find the 2 elevators in front of the stairs. They looked identical to the elevators on the top floor, with one exception. These elevators had a card reader on the wall between them.
Also, they work.
On the card reader was a strange mark. Hey look, it's Lotus's
Female.
symbol. Huh? See, it's the woman's symbol with a thorn in it. And it seems like...
Huh?
Ouch! Ouch, 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 ouch! Lotus had taken hold of Junpei's hair. She began to shake him violently, and he thought he heard a low growl coming from her throat. Such violence. Junpei began to wonder if she was not the devil itself. With an uncomfortable smile, Jun spoke up. This is a Mercury symbol. The thorn symbolizes the wings on Hermes' staff. Hermes, herpes, whatever. If we can't get this thing to work, these elevators aren't going anywhere. In other words, we need a key card with the Mercury symbol on it. Probably. They gave up on the elevator and returned to the stairs. Hallway stretched out to the left. A great many doors lined both sides of the hallway. They weren't sure how many, but certainly enough to be discouraging. Damn it, if we try and search all these, the sun's gonna go down before we've done half of them. I think the sun is already set. I have a feeling the ship is the only thing that's gonna be going down anytime soon. That's even worse. Well, we can come back to this hallway later. Let's check the hallway on the other side, shall we? Frustration and fear building, they walked back to the stairs. To their right was a small hallway. Quickly, they headed into it. It was approximately the same size as the alcove in front of the stairs. The hallway led toward the stern, and at its end was a set of double doors. Let's open it. Junpei nodded and grabbed the one closest to him. He gave it a small tug and felt it move. It was unlocked. Thrilled to have found an unlocked door, he threw it open.
Oh, I just noticed the fucking visual glitch.
Junpei didn't know
Yeah,
what
that's
to
gonna
make.
happen with every door.
Junpei didn't know what to make of what he saw.
8.
Three. Oh, three. 7. Okay.
He simply stood, unable to speak. The others simply stared, open-mouthed. After a few long moments, Santa managed to speak.
Among Us.
What the hell is this?
What the hell is this?
What the hell is this? A massive room stretched out in front of them, more a cavern than a room.
What the
Its
hell?
vastness was oppressive, and it bore down on the 4 companions. It was not empty, however. The entire room was filled with lines upon lines of beds. They were simple things, little more than pipe and thin mattresses. Is this a hospital? He had at last been able to put a name to the harsh scent that pervaded this room.
Poop.
Hi, Summer.
Yeah, is this a hospital?
Hospital?
It's like, yeah, the Titanic didn't have the hospital stuff in it.
The room swam with the harsh,
Well,
biting
how do we
smell of
know this?
antiseptic. In the
These
center
nuts.
of the room were shelves stacked with medicine and a number of medical devices, the function of which Junpei did not know. More importantly, however, on the back wall of the room were 4 doors.
I only see 3, so
3
I
of
think
them
you're
were
lying to
emblazoned
me.
with large single-digit numbers made with thick red paint. The door on the left was
3.
labeled 3. The second door
7.
from the left had no number, but the third was given a 7. And the rightmost door had an 8. There could be no doubt they were numbered doors.
And there's
What?
no. Oh,
It
but
did
no,
strike
there's 4
Junpei as
people.
strange, however, that the door between 3 and 7 should be blank. What he wondered could it mean? Let's take a look at the doors. Yes, that sounds like a good plan. Junpei headed toward the doors, weaving his way between the beds. He started with door 3 on the left and moved to the right until he reached door 8.
Oh, I know. I already did the calculation to open door 7.
It's no use. Well, of course. If it was that easy to open these doors, what would be the point of the nonary game? We have to activate the red, or the numbered doors won't... Wait a minute. What's wrong? Look, the display on the red. There's nothing on it. Huh? But you remember? The red at the central staircase? If no one was inside, it said vacant. Oh yeah, you're right. But this one,
It's still
there's nothing on it.
They're in there.
Right? I wonder if it's broken. Only one way to find out.
Yep, it's broken.
It didn't respond.
Did all 4
took
of them
turns by
try
getting their turns on
that?
the red, but it refused to respond. They pulled at the lever and still it did nothing. As they soon discovered, it wasn't only the red for door 8 that was behaving strangely. The red on door 7 also refused to respond, and door 3 was similarly silent. None of them would respond.
So they're not occupied.
What did it mean? I knew it! They're broken. Zero sure sucks at maintenance. No, that's impossible. You really think Zero, who prepared all of this, would make such a stupid, simple mistake? Maybe. That doesn't explain why this thing ain't working. It was at that moment that they heard a voice from behind them. I believe the bottom of the device has been removed. They spun around to see...
Hello.
Snake! But it was more than just Snake. Ace, Clover, and Seven quickly filed into the room as well. Although they were glad to see one another, it wasn't terribly surprising that they had.
They
If it had been
just
the other
opened
party
that
who'd
gate.
opened the gate in front of the kitchen, it wasn't unreasonable that they'd bump into one another eventually. The rest of Snake's team, however, did look rather surprised. How? How did you end up here?
So,
After a
so we
moment of
showed them
silence
the
and
map.
surprise, everyone suddenly began to talk, desperate to exchange information. They talked about the rooms they'd been through and how they'd ended up in the same place. Of course, none of it was very useful information, but that hardly mattered. They were happy to simply see one another again. Although the level of cheer varied greatly from person to person, each one of them was wearing some manner of smile, almost as though they had already forgotten about the death of the ninth man.
Well, was he really important?
No, thought Junpei, perhaps that wasn't it. Perhaps thoughts of his death were what drove them to smile at one another. Not in a morbid or hateful way, no. The ninth man had died, but they were still alive, and that was something to be happy about. A sort of simple, uncomplicated joy, Junpei thought. The joy of being alive. Still alive. He felt sorry for the ninth man, but more than anything, Junpei was just happy to be alive.
Damn, they should make a song about that.
What?
There you have it, our half of the story.
Nothing.
His part finished, Ace fell silent. For a moment, Junpei was silent in thought. Then he spoke. Okay, let me see if I've got this all straight. When you guys got here, the bases for the Reds were already gone. And you looked all over this room, but you couldn't find anything. So you figured that there might be something in the hallway with all the doors. So you went and had a look. Yeah. While you were looking around, you heard voices? Uh-huh. So you followed the voices and came back here. Indeed. And that was how we found you. Junpei examined the three Reds again, just in case. On the bottom of each was a long, thin gap. It looked like a slot for something. Probably something electronic.
What?
Well, this isn't good. If the Red is inactive, we can't keep going. Well, what about the hallway over there? Isn't there anywhere else we can go? No, there isn't. There are plenty more hospital rooms, but nothing else. Hospital rooms? That's what was behind all those doors? Yes. There are a number of individual rooms, in addition to this large one. There was a door at the end of the hallway, but it was locked. There was an astrological symbol engraved near the keyhole, however. I was able to get a good feel of it. I believe it was the symbol of Jupiter.
Yes.
Not again. Those goddamn things are everywhere. I wonder what they all mean. For a moment, everyone was silent, deep in thought. While we're asking what things mean, what's the deal with this room? I mean, I thought this was a cruise ship, but I can't imagine a cruise ship would have a hospital like this. Of all people, it was Seven who answered, and with calm confidence. Well, I figure it's probably a hospital ship. Chances are it's the Gigantic. The Gigantic? Junpei looked confused. So did everyone else. What is this Gigantic? Seven knit his brows for a moment, then began to explain. The Gigantic. He explained that she had been a sister ship to the Titanic, built in the early 20th century. The Titanic had two sister ships, were identical to one another in nearly every aspect. The Gigantic was said to be one of them. She was initially intended to be a passenger liner, like the Titanic, but soon after the ship was launched and the First World War began, and she was pressed into duty by the British Navy as a hospital ship.
Yep.
Some time later, the Gigantic was damaged by a German mine in the Aegean Sea. She managed to run aground after the incident and consequently was not sunk. What then happened to Gigantic after her fateful encounter in the Aegean Sea? One theory ran that a man named Lord Gordane purchased her. Lord Gordane, it seemed, had been one of the few survivors of the Titanic tragedy, and that trauma had turned him into an obsessive collector of all things related to the Titanic. As his obsession deepened, he began to desire the Titanic itself. That, of course, was impossible. The Titanic lay at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. The Gigantic, however, had not suffered such a dire fate, and as she was identical to her sister ship, she caught Lord Gordane's eye.
So they did change a bit of the story.
So you're saying this Lord Gordane bought this ship? Yeah, at least I think I am. That's impossible. No way we're in some boat that's almost 100 years old. Pipe down, just pay attention. What, that's it? Have you got any proof? Proof? Proof that the ship is really the Gigantic. Well, ship's got stuff that's like the Titanic and a hospital ship. So I just figured, oh, for goodness, don't tell me that's your only reason. No, I've got more. Like, well, I mean... Seven looked around desperately, doing anything to avoid meeting Lotus's piercing gaze. He scratched his head for a moment and gave up. Finally, he opened his mouth. I don't know. Lotus sighed and shook her head. I guess your memory isn't back yet, is it? Hold on.
It's due to memory loss.
Mm-hmm.
I missed a lot.
So they know each other.
Yeah, sorry about that. He mentioned it earlier. Or never mind, he didn't. Hey, wait a minute! Memory isn't back! Junpei was,
Yeah,
he
thought
felt,
so.
legitimately shocked by what he seemed to be new and very important information. Everyone else, however, seemed unimpressed. In fact, they all looked at Junpei as though he had said something very strange. He decided to revise his attitude for the next question. Wait, was I the only one that didn't know? Everyone nodded. Why? Oh, yeah, guess I didn't tell you, huh? I told the rest of them before we ran into you on the stairs. I told them I couldn't remember a damn thing from before I woke up. What? And almost as if to save Junpei from further embarrassment.
Uh-huh.
A bell
Now
began
that's
to ring
more
from far
reasonable
away.
clock.
Sounded as though it was the clock at the main stairway. Junpei counted each chime carefully. 10, 11, 12.
6 hours.
It's midnight. And we've still got 6 hours left, right? We don't have any time to screw around. Let's get going. We gotta find the missing parts for the Reds. What do you mean, find? How on earth do you propose we do that? We've looked everywhere in this room. That only leaves one place to look. One? Well, I guess that's not really right.
The one place.
Wait! Don't tell me we mean we need to search all the other rooms. Don't freak out. We already searched 4 of them. 4 rooms. We just have to split up the rest between the 8 of us. If each person does 6 rooms, that'll be 48 rooms, right? So there are 48 rooms left. Her earlier experiences had apparently not encouraged Lotus to trust Seven. Seven scratched his head awkwardly. I don't know.
I don't know.
After a little more discussion, they split up and headed toward the rooms to begin searching them. Junpei was chosen to search the rooms on the starboard side, moving from forward to aft. They also determined when they would return to report their findings, the next time the clock sounded the time. When it did, they would meet back in the large central room full of beds. If during their search any one of them were to locate the missing components, they were to yell for the others. If the strategy failed, they'd return to discuss their options later. The details decided, they'd left to begin searching. Out onto the hallway they went, each of the rooms they'd been assigned. However...
They die.
Uh-oh.
From far away, Junpei heard the bell ring. I'll do this just before I forget and I lose hours of progress.
Imagine you just
So now
like,
we
oh,
can't
well,
go back
that's
and
it for the
revise
game.
our options that we definitely already screwed up on.
No. From far away, Junpei heard the bell ring. It did so only once. It was 1 a.m.
Is this game short, by the way? Like for
I
like
don't...
for one.
I give you
Like
some
for one
context. We are about a third of the way through.
Already?
It's only been 2 streams. That's not bad.
He jogged through the entrance
Actually,
of
no,
the large
anything, it's only
hospital
been
room
1 stream.
to find 6 of the others already there. Ace, Santa, Clover, June, Seven,
Pretty
and
much.
Lotus. They had gathered in front of the door number 6. Or perhaps, to be more accurate, they had gathered in front of the red next to door number 8. Not 6, 8.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Had one of them found the missing piece? What happened, guys? It was June who answered him. Jumpy, look! She was pointing at the red. He pushed through the others until he stood in front of it. Immediately, he knew what she had meant. The display on the front of the red read, vacant. Junpei sighed.
Red.
Come on, guys, who was it? I thought we were supposed to yell if we found it. Well, Junpei wondered why she was hesitating. The others looked as confused as June, but kept their mouths shut. What the hell? What is up with you guys? He all knew something he didn't, and Junpei wasn't about to leave things that way. Finally, Lotus frowned and spoke. Well, that's the thing. We don't know. We don't know. When I got back, it was already like this. There was no one else here. That means I was the first one back, but the missing parts were already back in the red. You may look at the bottom of the red again, just to be sure. The slot had been open on the bottom. That had been open on the bottom was now covered with metal. Clearly, whatever had been missing had been returned. What about the other two? They're the same. Junpei quickly examined the other two boxes. Satisfied that they were also repaired, but still very confused, he returned to the others. Alright, I just want to be sure here. Nobody has any idea what the hell happened here, right? Ace and June nodded silently. Seven raised his hands as if to say, not me, and Santa just shrugged. Only Clover lowered her head and did nothing. Huh? Wait a minute. That was when he noticed. Where's Snake? Junpei swept his eyes across the room a second time, but Snake was nowhere to be seen. Does that mean that he found them? I have no idea. There's nothing to suggest it, but nothing to suggest he didn't either. I don't suppose we'll know until we ask him in person. Well, whatever he did or didn't do, he's pretty damn late. What the hell is he up to?
He's dead.
Maybe he's lost. Yeah, well, that seems likely. Dude can't see. I don't know how he gets around in the first place. Clover raised her hand. No, that's impossible! Suddenly, she was shouting. Yeah, my brother's blind, but he's got really great hearing. He can get around as well as anyone who can see. So he couldn't get lost. That's impossible. Clover had started to shake, and the knuckles of her hands had gone white. She spun around, but before she did, Junpei noticed tears welling up in her eyes. I'm gonna go look for him. The words were barely out of her mouth when she began to run. Hey! Hold on, Clover, wait! Junpei cried out to her, but he was too slow. She kept going, and before anyone else could react, she was gone. Damn it. What should we do now? Well, the red is working now. No, we're not leaving two people behind. We should go and look for them. Oh man, this ain't good. Ah yes, what an excellent idea. We just wasted a bunch of time looking for some piece of electronic junk. Now let's waste some more by looking for a couple of idiots. Then remain here if you feel you must. But there's no time. We've only 5 hours left. Junpei and the others nodded to one another and took off at a run. In front of the stairs that led to B deck, they decided to split up. They quickly assigned search areas and went their separate ways. Soon only 2 of them were left. Those 2 were Junpei and June, who had only been a few steps behind the others. Alright, we should go too. Yes, let's go. But where should we start? Let's see. I don't think this matters, but pick anyway.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm picking first class cabin. What about the first class cabin on B deck? Alright, sounds good. They took off up the stairs at a run. Outside of the first class cabin, they found Clover. She was standing in front of the wall. She was staring at a meaningless point on the wall, her eyes blank. No, it doesn't, Felipe.
Does this matter?
What should Junpei do?
These nuts,
This
man.
Talk to her.
This doesn't matter, but should we talk to her?
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, from this point on, I'll just tell you if it matters. From now on, just assume the choices don't matter unless I say so.
Well, I'll still talk to her.
Okay, I'm talking to her.
I feel like that's
You alright?
obvious.
He did his best to sound friendly, but Clover didn't respond. Look, I know you're really worried, but, you could think of no words to say that didn't sound hollow and fake. Junpei hesitated. Clover was so consumed by worry and fear that Junpei feared it would crush her. Her actions didn't surprise him. She had suddenly lost her brother, which seemed to have been very close to. Lone. Her voice was thin and barely audible. Lone. Lone. I said leave me alone!
No, she just really wants to take out a loan from the bank.
Suddenly she was screaming. You're so annoying! Just go away and leave me alone! Just looking at you guys is pissing me off! Go away, okay? Just go somewhere else! Stop bothering me! Junpei was taken aback. Such anger and hate. June's eyes had gone wide with surprise as well. Why are you still here? Didn't you hear me? Fine, forget it! If you aren't gonna leave, then I'll just... Alright. Let's go, June. Yeah. They turned and left Clover. As they did, Junpei glanced back over her shoulder to see Clover wiping tears from her face. Clover had driven home the misery of their situation, but Junpei told himself that getting depressed would get him nowhere but depressed. As for Clover's sake, they had to find Snake and fast. He did his best to push away the misery and depression and forced a smile. So, where do you think we should go next?
The casino.
The casino.
How about the casino? Let's go take a look. They turned and headed off down the hallway to the right of the jog. Before they knew it, they were there. So was Lotus. She was leaning against the wall, examining her nails. Hey, what do you think you're doing? She glanced up at him, unimpressed. Isn't it obvious? I'm looking for Snake. I'm just not seeing it. Really? Maybe you need to look harder. Junpei didn't think that was the problem. Oh, by the way, I've got a proposal for you two. Care to hear it?
Honor.
Sure.
We came up here.
What is it? Well, I don't like to beat around the bush, so I'll get right to it. Why don't we team up? Team up? Yeah, what, you need me to explain it to you? I'm saying, why don't we go through a numbered door? Even if we wanted to, that's impossible. Why? Jumpy's bracelet number is 5, mine is 6, and yours is 8. Our digital root would be 1. 5 plus 6 plus 8 equals 19. 1 plus 9 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. There's no number 1 door in the large hospital room. The only doors there are 3, 7, and 8. Then we add another person. Huh? Who? What, isn't it easy? Isn't that easy? 7. She was right. If they added 7, 5 plus 6 plus 8 plus 7 equals 26. 2 plus 6 is 8. Then the 4 of them could go through the number 8 door. But
the
well, hold on a
isn't
sec.
working.
What about the other 4? Why don't you add them up? That was simple enough. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. The root for those 4 would be 1. That's right. And you know the number 1 door isn't in the big hospital room, right? Of course I know that. No, are you saying you'd leave them behind? Of course not. What kind of a woman do you think I am? Once we get off the ship, we could come back and rescue them, couldn't we? Then we wouldn't really be leaving them behind. Don't try to lie to us. I don't think you'd do anything of the sort. Really? Why do you think that? You remember, don't you? We have less than 5 hours left, even if we manage to escape. There's no way we could come back to rescue them in less than 5 hours. Well, you never know until you try. No,
Yeah, I hate
no, you're not thinking this through. Even if we brought 7 with us, we wouldn't be able to get off the ship. The 4 of us couldn't open door 9. It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9. Yeah, that's right. The digital root for us 4 would be 8, so we'd have to add ace to make 9. Right. Unless we bring ace 2, we'll be stuck. Lotus scratched the back of her ear. Oh, Well, that's unfortunate. She didn't sound particularly bothered by what Junpei said, nor did she seem particularly surprised. Well, let's try and find another way out, okay? A way to get out of here with all 8 of us. That's impossible. Are you being serious? You do know that only 5 people at most can go through one of the numbered doors, right? The number 9 isn't going to be an exception to that rule. Regardless, at least 3 people will get left behind. You're right, that is true. The moment he said it, Junpei felt a chill run down his spine. It was true. How Lotus could remain cavalier about so terrifying a prospect was beyond him. When they found the number 9 door, they would have to choose which 3 of them would die. Lotus's forehead furrowed. Do you think I could have a moment alone? There are some things I need to think about.
She's going to kill everyone.
Junpei and June. Okay, hold on 1 second.
Right. Are you still muted?
Me?
Okay. No, that looked very glitchy because he said that really quick, and then like
Yeah, cool.
muted again.
Junpei
I
and
thought
June turned.
like my Discord glitched.
Cool.
Talking to
I
her
know.
left him feeling ill. Junpei's heart felt heavy and his steps sluggish.
Knight, are you alright? You don't sound
But
good.
he told himself pessimism
Just
would
trying
get
to
them
listen to the
nowhere.
story, man.
So he forced himself to
Okay.
smile and turned to June. Let's just focus on finding Snake for now, okay? Yes, you're right. We can think about those other things later. Alright, where should we go next? Well, we've already been there, so that's not very helpful. A hallway with all the rooms.
Well, let's not go back. That would be dumb.
Let's got back downstairs and check out that hallway with all the doors. They took off at a run down the stairs. Ahead of them, farther down the hall, they spotted Ace. Hey, Snake! Where are you? Answer me if you're there! Junpei paused.
Snake. Snake.
With Jun in tow, Junpei jogged up to Ace. Hearing their footsteps, he turned to greet them. Ah, hello there. Snake is... Oh, that's obvious, isn't it? I assume you haven't found him yet either. Junpei nodded. I really wonder where he could have gone. But wherever he's disappeared to, we must find him as quickly as we can, for Clover's sake. Right. Jun's face looked kinda enraptured. By the way, do you think Clover and Snake are really siblings? Why would you say that? Why would you say that? That question seems somehow odd to Junpei. Why? Well, it's obvious, isn't it? They don't look alike at all. Ace looked at him for a moment and then spoke. Yes, you know, now that you mention it, they don't. Now that you mention it. Still, there are a great many siblings who do not look like one another. It certainly isn't rare. Junpei wasn't sure why, or even if he was seeing what he thought he was, but he could have sworn that
They
Ace's
could
face
be-
tightened as he spoke. At any
They
rate,
could be adopted siblings.
maybe. At any rate, we really must find Snake as soon as possible. The clock is ticking. We really can't afford to waste any time. Very well. Let's get back to the search, shall we? You can leave this area to me. Alright. Let's go, Jumpy. At Jun's urging, they left.
Did they explain why she calls you Jumpy?
They were kids from... That was his nickname from elementary school, as far as I can tell.
Found themselves back
Yeah,
upstairs, but
but
Junpei's mind
I
was
thought there would
turned
be
away.
an actual reason.
There was so much to think about, but no, it would have
Well,
to
she's
be
the
put
only one that
aside for
calls him
now.
that.
As Ace had said, finding
Yeah,
Snake was their
yeah.
top priority. Junpei did his best to clear his mind. Alright, where should we go next?
Sorry, Sonny was asking me a
Back to
question.
the hospital room
Back
because
we-
you guys checked everywhere.
The casino!
Back we go.
Did we already check the casino?
Yes.
Yes.
Why don't we go back to the big
Make
hospital
that joke.
room? Okay, let's go then. They turned and headed back toward the large hospital room. On
And
their way
then
to the
they
large
saw
hospital
Snake.
room, Junpei and Jun noticed Santa standing next to the number 3 door. Junpei paused. Junpei and Jun walked up to Santa. What are you doing? What? You can't tell? I'm checking out the red. Why? Is there something bothering you? What? It's not bothering you? Huh? The guts of this red. Why wouldn't you wonder who the hell put it back in here? Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm curious too, but who do you think did it? Santa's eyes narrowed as he looked at June. She shook her head. I don't know. Well, what about you, Junpei? Who do you think fixed this thing for us? Who do you guys think?
Is this?
Well, I mean,
This
I
isn't
was thinking in the
important,
back
but
of
I'm
my
just
mind.
curious.
I was thinking in the back of my mind, Ader. Ader? Zero.
Oh,
No. It's like
Probably-
Snake's still missing.
I think
Possibly
don't-
dead.
As much as I want to call out freaking Lotus, the freaking bitch, I don't think she did it. I don't know about Zero.
Keep in mind, this
And I
doesn't really
don't-
matter.
I don't think
so
Zero would be here.
Are
I
you
think
sure
I
this
think it's
doesn't
Snake.
matter?
It doesn't matter. I know.
Wait, who
I
came back
know
first?
which choices don't matter. I know.
I know it doesn't matter, but still, I'm kind
Oh.
of even if it didn't matter, I'm still
What's
being
that
like,
part?
who came back first?
Lotus
do you
came
mean?
back first.
That was
Is that
Snake.
really a reason to blame?
I mean, it was probably left, and Lotus came back first.
I mean, oh, hold on. Snake said something interesting when he came back. He said the bottoms were missing. How could he know that if he's blind?
You could feel
Oh.
it.
Them?
He didn't. Did they say that he felt underneath?
All right.
I don't
Well,
think
if
so.
we're indecisive, do you want me to tell you what I think?
Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
I think it's Snake.
Cool.
Maybe there's someone else on this ship with us.
Yeah, Zero.
You mean someone hiding here? Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just an idea. And you're saying this mystery person fixed the Reds? Yeah. Why? That's I don't know. Santa shoved his hands into his pockets and cracked his knuckles. Seems unlikely. Why? I don't know, just a feeling. Hard to believe Zero would bring in a secret 10th player. I mean, the name of the game is the Nonary game, for Christ's sake. You know what Nonary means, right? It means 9. No, that's not what I meant. I mean more like someone who's been living here for a long time. Or someone who, like, stayed here. Seriously? That's even more ridiculous. Why do you think Zero would leave them alone? Junpei furrowed his brow. So, in other words, one of us is the person who fixed the red.
What if 9 survived?
Bingo.
I'm pretty sure it's obviously Santa fixed it at this point. I'm starting to question him. He's saying a lot of stuff.
We have a winner. If that's true, then the person who did it doesn't want the rest of us to know they fixed the red. Yeah, but why? No idea. Maybe if they come clean on that, it means we find out something else. Something bad. Something bad? Dunno. Whatever it is, it's gotta be worth hiding. Of course, it could have been something to do with Snake's disappearance. You think maybe they did something to Snake? It's not out of the question. Junpei stared at Santa. There was something about him that made Junpei wary. At first he'd assumed the other man wasn't terribly clever, but Junpei was beginning to think he would need to reevaluate that assessment. When Santa spoke again, his voice was quiet. Look, if you trust anybody in this game, you're gonna lose. You gotta be careful. The person you trust the most could turn out to be the one who stabs you in the back. With that depressing suggestion, he turned and quietly walked away. Junpei and June looked at one another and smiled awkwardly.
Okay.
June's always
I
with
think
you,
we're
so
done
it couldn't
searching.
be her.
I'm like, where else
Like
can
a
we
sick-
go?
They looked everywhere they could think of, but Snake was nowhere to be found.
He's dead, Jim.
Your mother.
Lotus looked around
He's
at
through the
6
unmarked
frustrated
door.
faces and spoke.
I'm very tired.
We can't keep looking for Snake. Wherever he is, he's not here. You need to get moving. Junpei couldn't disagree with what she was saying. Snake seemed to have completely disappeared. There was no point to wasting any more time. The others seemed to be having similar thoughts, but they stayed silent. Finally, Seven spoke. We don't got a choice. Lotus is right. We're not gonna find Snake. There's a problem, though. We gotta figure out who's gonna go through which door. Yes, I have a proposal. She walked back and forth across the floor, her heels clicking against the wood.
Hey, John, how much longer do you think we'll be doing this for?
Like 20 more minutes.
Okay.
Finally, she stopped. Why don't we decide on one
Dang,
person
Sonny
to
is bored of
sacrifice?
this game.
No, I'm tired.
Sacrifice?
Go to the end of this stream.
Well, perhaps that's a bit of a harsh word, but yes. You've all figured it out by now, haven't you? We can't all make
I don't
it
want to
through
pull a
those
duck
doors.
and sleep on stream.
Alright, cool.
If we split into 2 teams of 4 and 3 people respectively, then 3 people will be left behind. If we split into 2 teams of 5 and 2 people respectively, then 2 people will be left behind. But if we split into 2 groups of 3 and leave 1 person out, then only 1 person will be left behind. Leaving behind 3 people with 2 teams of 4 and 3. I don't think this matters, but I'm not sure. Let me look this one up, actually.
This seems very it matters.
I'm gonna look it up.
A year ago, almost exactly.
Alright, listen, it's coming from you, by the way.
What?
You have audio in your background.
Like your father or brother or male
Rowdy.
person in your house. Slates in general.
Hello.
How long were you out, Slade?
Hello.
How long were
Hello.
you out?
Didn't
A
time it.
while.
Did you
You were
miss
still
everything?
here
Or?
before I left for lunch, for dinner. I mean,
Hold on a
Did
second.
you-
It doesn't
did you-
look like this matters. But I'm gonna
What
keep.
if
I'm
it
gonna
matters?
make sure.
Damn, so this is where the 20 minutes came from.
Yeah.
yep.
I don't think it matters. So, what do you guys think? I'm gonna ask anyway.
I don't care.
She was right.
Okay. Slade, I don't know if you want to be on this because you've missed a lot.
I'll leave this one out.
Okay. Felipe? Not sure. Okay. Heartless?
Not sure.
Not sure. Knight?
I just told you.
She was
She was
right.
right.
Sunny?
Not sure.
Not sure. Summer?
Not sure.
Not sure. We're going not sure. Junpei wasn't quite sure that was true. Wait a minute. 2 people get left behind if we split into 5 and 2. And 1 person's left behind if we split into 3, 3, and 1. I got that part. You can't go through the numbered doors with any less than 3 people. But if we split into 4 and 3, then why do 3 people have to be left behind? Just run the numbers. Let's say we go through door 7 with 1, 4, 5, 6. Who's left over? That would be 3, 7, 8. What's the digital root for that? 18,
9.
so add 1 and 8, 9. Exactly, but door 9 isn't here, right? It means 3, 7, 8 won't be going anywhere. That was just an example, of course. There are a lot of different combinations, but the result will always be the same. Doesn't matter which 4 it is. That 3 that are left over can't through any of the doors. Go ahead and calculate it if you have the time. You'll see. Anyway, that's how it is. Now, if we can get back to my proposal, we only have to sacrifice 1 person if we split 3, 3, and 1. When Seven spoke, his voice was strained. Then you're saying we gotta decide who's gonna stay behind?
How about Lotus?
Yes, we do. Given our circumstances, it's logical and morally the best solution.
Yeah, let's
If
vote
the
for
other
her.
6 have survived, then 1 person has to sacrifice themselves. No, that's too cruel! What's so cruel about it? To just sacrifice someone like that? Then what's your plan? Maybe we should sacrifice 2 people instead of just 1. That's not what I meant. We shouldn't sacrifice anyone. I told you that's impossible. Wake up! Whoa, whoa, calm down, you 2. Santa stepped between Lotus and June. Look, what Lotus is trying to say is that you should aim to bring the greatest amount of happiness to the greatest amount of people, right? Exactly. That's how democracy works. And for that reason, I think the only fair way to decide who will be sacrificed is through a vote. What do you
Lotus.
think? No, that's terrible. I'm not asking you. Shut up! What about you, Santa? Me? Well, I agree, I guess. Alright, that's 1 vote for. Counting mine, that's 2. 7? I can't say I agree with you, but we don't exactly have a choice. If we don't do something, we're all gonna die. Glad to see you get it. If I get 1 more vote, then it's decided. What about you, Clover? Clover had moved away from the group and was sitting on one of the beds. Her whole body dropped. Junpei didn't know she even heard Lotus's proposal. Lotus walked over to Clover and gently laid a hand on her shoulder. Your brother has to be behind one of the numbered doors. We searched everywhere, but we didn't find him. Doesn't that mean he has to have gone through one of them somehow? Clover slowly lifted her face. Let's go look for him together, okay? If we sacrifice 1 person, then we can go look for him. You agree with me, right? Clover nodded once. The motion carries. Lotus spun
Cool.
around and
I
walked
vote
toward
for
Junpei.
Lotus to be
Yeah,
left
cool.
behind.
Let's vote for her.
Now, let's start a vote to... That won't be necessary. Ace had barely spoken for Lotus's entire speech, and everyone jumped a little.
No.
6 pairs of eyes turned to look at him. He didn't seem to notice or even care. I will stay. That should solve our problem, yes?
No.
Ace, what are you saying? No, you can't do that. That won't solve anything. June's voice shook, and she spun around desperately for someone to agree with her. Ace simply looked at her. June, I'm afraid you may have misunderstood me. I said I would stay, but I never said I would sacrifice myself. Huh? I trust you, each and every one of you. I believe you'll come back for me. Whoa, 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 that's optimistic. There's optimistic, and then there's nuts. These doors only go one way. You go in, you don't come out. If we go through them, you won't be able to return, correct? Yeah. True. But that will not be the case once you've escaped from the ship. What?
Still background audio.
Please, I beg you. Once you've escaped, come back and rescue me. Ideally within the time limit Zero has given us. No, that's ridiculous. Heartless, you should probably mute. You've got a lot of background noise. No, that's ridiculous. There's no way we could get back in time. Finally, Junpei could hold his tongue no longer. We've only got 5 hours left. We don't even know where the hell we are. How on earth are we gonna find someone to come and rescue you? Then perhaps you would prefer to stay instead of me? Or perhaps you would be willing to leave June behind? Ace's voice was dignified, without a hint of cruelty or malice. Junpei had no rebuttal. You see, there's no other choice. Then I see we've come to our conclusion. Go on. Don't worry yourselves about me. Go, quickly. Junpei stood frozen by indecision, unable to move. June bit her lips so hard that Junpei felt she would break the skin. Santa stood against the wall, calm and aloof. Seven tore his beanie from his head and turned it over anxiously in his hands. Only Clover stared at Ace with an expression Junpei was unable to decipher. Lotus's attitude, however, was different from the others. Good. Let's accept his kind offer, then.
Fuck this.
She
bitch.
smiled, her eyes bright. Ace answered with a smile of his own. Good, I think this is the best for me. Perhaps I'll be able to take a nap. Perhaps it's my age, but I get tired so easily these days. As he spoke, Ace lowered himself to the floor next to one of the beds.
I want to kill this
Okay, there's a bed
Why
right
not
there, my
on the
guy. Oh, yeah.
Ah, yes.
From somewhere deep in the ship, Junpei suddenly heard the screeching of metal on metal. It was almost as if the ship were screaming. Would it really hold until their time limit was up?
No.
Already, D-deck was flooded. In the sudden silence, the only sound was the sad metal wail of the ship. Unsurprisingly, it was Lotus who spoke first. Well, what are you waiting for? We're wasting time. Why don't we hurry it up? As if a spell had been broken, the others all began to talk at once. You're right. We should get going. That's all we can do right now. 7. Seriously. Honestly, I was getting kind of sick of listening to you guys talk. You too, Santa? I have to find my brother. Wait, all of you. Let's just calm down and think about this. There has to be a way to get everyone out. There has to be. Right, Jumpy? Say something. Yeah, let's think. There's gotta be another way. His words sounded hollow and fake. Fine. Forget about it. I'll figure it out on my own. She spun around and ran toward Ace. He had slumped down next to the bed when June grabbed his arm and pulled. Come on, Ace. Please stand up. You can't give up yet. We just have to sit down together and think about this. We'll figure out a way that we can all get out of here. Then it happened. Ace fell forward.
Oh,
Ace is dead.
Hold on.
I get it.
What?
Oh, hold on a second.
He's dead.
He slumped over
Yeah.
onto the wooden floor, his body folded in half like a boxer, out cold. Ace! June cried out and dropped to her knees beside him. She put her arm around his neck and did her best to lift him up. What happened, Ace? Say something! She shook him frantically. His eyes fluttered open.
Oh, nothing.
Oh, he
I'm all
passed
right.
out.
His voice was weak and slightly slurred. How are you fine? This. He held out his left arm and slowly opened his hand. In it was a syringe and a small vial. The vial was empty. It had only recently been emptied. A few drops clung to the sides. There was a label taped to the side of the container. It read, Soparil Beta. Soparil Beta? Junpei had no idea what it meant or what kind of medicine it might be. Did you use this? Yes, it's just anesthetic. I'll be fine. Anesthetic? I found it earlier, while we were searching the hospital rooms. I thought it might be useful later. I didn't think I'd be using it on myself. Why did you do this? Didn't I tell you? I'd like to take a nap. I really am very tired. Junpei knew that wasn't why he'd done it. Ace had injected himself with anesthetic to forestall Junpei and June's attempts to bring him along. If he couldn't move, there was nothing they could do. He'd injected himself so that they would be forced to leave him behind. Ace? Is there something you want to say? I'd just like to sleep a little. Could you keep it down? No, don't, Ace. Don't fall asleep. Ah, you feel warm. So comfortable. I think I'll have a nice dream. Ace's eyelids drooped further and further, almost as though he were dying. Ace! Ace! She shook his shoulder again and again, but this time he didn't respond. Only the gentle rising and falling of his chest told them that he was alive. Junpei was relieved to see he was in fact still breathing.
So he's not dead.
He
And then
lifted
he
Ace
just
up off the floor and laid him on the
explodes
bed he'd been
startling
leaning against.
zero.
When Junpei turned around, Lotus gave him a look of pity. Well, we really don't have a choice now. We can't let his sacrifice go to waste, right? She wasn't feeling any remorse. Junpei was sure of that. Still, he held no grounds upon which to oppose her. It felt wrong, but he had to agree. Then suddenly Santa spoke. Yeah, but we're not done choosing yet, are we? Huh? What do you mean? Well, we haven't decided who's going in what door. Ah, yes, that's true. Well, enough of this screwing around. Let's decide. You first, Lotus. Which door do you want? I want door 8. It's the same number as my bracelet number. Got it. You're 8. You're next, 7. Which one do you want? I'll take 7. I can't get along with that old lady. What? What did you just say? Face distorted by rage, Lotus took a step towards 7. He threw up his hands and made a face like a child caught in his hand with a cookie jar. Ugh. You're gonna get it next time. He shot him a glare that would have melted steel, then turned and stalked off. Alright, who's next? Santa's gaze moved across the 3 people left. Finally, they stopped on Junpei. Junpei! Which door do you want? At last, Junpei's mind was already made up. This super decides your ending.
Which is why he's making it up now.
This super decides your ending.
Which one have you?
Wait, there's no factors.
Nope. So, have fun.
3.
No,
That's not fair.
What the fuck?
No.
Yes, I love me a. I have no idea of what the consequence
I
can
don't
happen.
And it
I pick
decides your
random.
ending.
No.
Let's.
3.
This is bullshit.
No,
Not with 8.
Heartless,
Felipe said not with 8. That's a factor.
Heartless, think about this.
What?
Why do you want 3?
Because I'm not been along with you.
What?
Well, we don't know which one June is going in.
Yeah.
We only know which one Lotus and 7 are going in.
We should go in 7.
Let's think of it.
Alright. Let's take a few seconds. Let's breathe. A lot of things just happened. I'm gonna save.
Calculator.
What are you gonna say?
After we make this decision, I'm going to stop the stream.
We can calculate it by finding the room.
Why don't you
That's not
calculate some
necessary.
bitches?
Yes, it kind of is.
It's not
No, it's
necessary.
really
It's
not.
really
Bullshit.
not necessary.
Why are there question marks? Oh, those are the endings.
Yeah, probably.
It's
Hold on,
ridiculous.
John.
I
can
mean,
you
there were
access the
6.
map?
Let's
No.
take a few seconds. Let's breathe. One at a time.
Can you open the map?
Yeah, let's all continue breathing as if we weren't doing that beforehand.
Good at showing you.
And now you are all thinking about breathing.
No idea where on this map
do you
we
even
are.
care at all?
No.
No.
Can we calculate?
No, we don't.
We're
you
not using the
calculating?
calculator.
We don't need the nonary route.
But we don't need it, but we can find out.
Well, let's
Hey,
not.
what do we-
That would make it more fun.
That's so useless.
Alright. Had a minute to think.
7.
I'm gonna go in reverse order again.
Oh god damn it again!
But let me
That's you.
check one thing before we go.
Penis.
Okay. I'm figuring out so I know ahead of time what endings are what here. Okay.
You're gonna have one of the endings. You're just gonna be like, "Oh, Summer, you chose wrong."
All right,
And it's
here we
gonna
go.
be fun.
Summer, what do you choose?
Uh,
Do you want me to come
I
back to you?
choose,
Oh.
I'll choose 7. because
7.
Everyone else was saying.
Sunny?
7.
7. Slade?
8.
8. Knight?
Really?
7.
7. Heartless?
Well, it's already decided because Felipe said 7.
There's 2 other people, so it could tie.
8.
8. Felipe?
Felipe said 7 already.
Oh, 7. You've decided we're going in 7.
No.
Carlos, why'd you want to go with the one with 8? The one with the serial killer in it?
What do you mean?
Lotus
I
is
think
in
I'm
8.
gonna go with door 7.
Hey, John, which one of those were the best ending? I'm
Okay,
curious.
7 it is. Yeah.
Okay, of course you're not gonna tell me.
All right
Well,
then.
the
That means
problem
June's
is
gotta
no
go
one
through
has-
8. What?
No.
Why? What?
Can a man not
Santa
be
grimaced
curious?
and muttered angrily to himself, but
We
finally
will
began
find
to
out,
explain.
Sonny.
If the 6 of us are going to keep
Private.
going without leaving anyone behind, there are only 3 ways we can do it.
Sonny,
Plan A,
but you-
go through 7 with 3, 5, 8, and go through 8 with 4, 6, 7. Plan B, go through 7 with 4, 5, 7, and go through 8 with 3, 6, 8. Plan C, go through 7 with 3, 6, 7, and go through 8 with 4, 5, 8. And that's it. Those are our only options. In other words, 3 and 4 and 7 and 8 can never go through the same doors. You get it now? Santa finished. June looked over at Junpei, tears welling up in the corner of her eyes. Oh no. They're saying we aren't going to see each other again for a long time? Junpei felt just as June did. He wanted to be at her side through whatever trials they were preparing to face. But he knew if they were to survive, he had to swallow his feelings. In order for the 6 of them to move forward, he and June had to be separated.
No.
He looked at June. He was scared to lose her, but he swallowed, steeled his resolve, and did his best to smile. Hey, come on, you're making it sound like we're never going to see each other again. We gotta split up, but only for a while. This is just like when we went into the 4 and 5 doors, remember? We got split up then, too, but we all met back up. I'll bet
No-
7 and
no,
8 are
you
just
didn't.
like that. You mean they're connected somewhere? Yeah, probably.
What?
Probably. She didn't
they
sound very
literally
hopeful.
didn't get split up.
Whatever.
They're talking about the whole group got split up and they eventually met back up. It was 7 that interjected. I'm sure they're gonna connect somewhere. Why, what makes you think so? If they don't connect, neither team can get through door 9. In other words, the game would end right here. Zero's been on top of his shit so far. I don't think he'd blow it now. I'm damn sure that son of a bitch wants to have his fun as long as possible. He's not going to end this game until we get through the number 9 door. June said nothing. The tears were gone, but her eyes were still sad as they looked at Junpei. He met them, and with what reassurance he could manage, laid his hand gently on her shoulder.
And then
Everything's
they
going to be fine.
violently make out.
We're going to see each other
Sonny.
again. I promise.
Hello, son.
Veronica gave him an almost imperceptible nod. Yes. Promise? Her voice was barely above a whisper. Santa's voice shattered the moment.
Sup, bitches?
You guys are done, right? He stretched and continued. Anyway, that's pretty much it.
Okay, Santa.
Clover and I'll both go through into separate groups. I figure I'll take 8 and Clover can take 7. Any problems with that, Clover? Clover looked away and was silent for a moment. Whatever. It was more of a dismissal than an agreement, but Santa didn't seem to care. Alright, we're ready to go then. Let's move.
Let's not.
At Santa's command, the group split and headed for their respective doors. Clover, 7, and Junpei walked toward door 7. Santa, Lotus, and June headed for door 8. For a long moment, they stood in front of the door. 7 took a deep breath. You guys ready? Yeah. Yes. Okay, let's go.
What can you say?
Are there?
Honestly, I think that glitch might be an emulator thing, if I'm being real.
Oh, probably. It's loading 3D models, and that's when the transition occurs.
The door had opened.
Yeah.
A narrow hallway stretched out before them. 7 and Clover leapt through the door. The moment they did, their bracelets beeped. The detonators in the bracelets had been activated. Junpei stepped forward to follow them. But as he was about to step over the threshold, he stopped. He looked to his right, toward door 8. June stood there, a mirror image of Junpei. She turned and looked toward him. Their eyes met. They nodded. Their farewell took almost 1.5 seconds.
Okay.
Then someone took hold of Junpei's arms and hauled him bodily through the door.
On.
And that's where we're going to leave off for today.
Oh, damn! That's a damn good cliffhanger.
Yeah.
That's why I did it now. So you've made your choice. How do you feel about your choices so far?
Either way, no, Jim.
Insignificant.
It's
think
really
it was probably behind door 3.
No, they were not insignificant.
It's really hard to resist the urge to tell you what path you're on.
That's cool.
Oh no.
The only thing is, how would we have gone through door
It would
3?
be so funny if we accidentally just kept on choosing the exact wrong option each and every chance.
Well, I
John
don't
would just be. John's like, if that's happening, John's like laughing internally every time.
Oh, man.
Like we
I
choose the
so
wrong.
hope we chose like the exact wrong option.
We just choose the wrong options, and John's like, excellent choice. But deep down, he's just like, oh, you fools, you are choosing the wrong options. You're gonna get the worst ending possible.
If we did 3, we would have been with June still, right?
No.
No?
No.
Was that a no matter what split up with her?
5
Yeah.
and 6 can never be together.
Damn.
Yeah.
How would we have gone through door number 3?
I don't know, but you can do it.
So there's 5. What were all the numbers available?
All of
what I
them
mean,
except
like,
for
is more of,
9
like,
and 2 and 1.
No, not necessarily. 8 was also gone. Because 8 and 7 were also gone.
More gone.
So, what do you guys think of the game so far?
Pretty pog.
great.
pretty good.
Pretty good.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Cool.
Pretty good. It's good.
Yeah.
Great. It's great.
You're not stressed at all.
I love it.
No.
I fucking love it.
Did you bring a light? No.
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 Wait, what the hell? Why are we doing this after that?
What do you mean?
This is not a Hotel Mario time.
Nah,
Yes,
What?
it is.
What?
that's
This
fine.
is not the time for Hotel Mario.
There's always a
Yes,
time
it
for
is.
Hotel Mario.
There is always
Yeah.
enough time for Hotel
Hotel
Mario.
Mario.
Soup.
It's a fucking night.
Anyway, yeah. Pretty good day today.
Somebody
we will be continuing
fucking
this on a Sunday.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's great. It's just John's like, we had a really good day. Somebody died. We still had a pretty good day.
Well, here's
Nobody
the thing.
fucking died.
Here's the
That
thing.
guy deserved it.
That guy that died in the fan base, nobody cares about him. So
Yeah, duh.
I'm referring to Ace.
Ace just took a little knockout.
Ace will.
Syringe.
Or, John, that implies that you know something.
Ace literally took an anesthetic. I'm telling you what literally everyone knows.
Yeah, Knight.
Ace One Piece.
Ace literally took a needle and knocked himself out to leave himself behind.
So
He
you're
didn't
saying that
want-
he can. So you're saying he can survive.
If you choose the
Well,
right option.
He's not
It's
dead,
fun.
Knight, unless someone kills him.
Yeah, Knight, it's for a mix of reasons. 1, so he has to be left behind. 2, if they do come back, they just save him. But if they don't come back, he dies peacefully. He doesn't, die slowly drowning.
Pretty
Yeah,
smart,
I
if
think
you
they
ask
probably
me.
did.
It's not a good way to go.
Pretty smart, if you ask me.
Mm.
Alright.
Plus, if nothing else, at least he doesn't have to play this game anymore. He gets knocked out and either he dies or he's saved. A or
Yeah.
B.
We won't
See,
know
it's
until the
basically a
next few
win-win.
live streams.
I mean, what if he wakes up and he's drowning?
Well, that's anesthetic.
Yeah.
Like anesthetic.
What if he wakes
I'm
up?
guessing a heavy
like,
I
at the
feel
wrong
like
time or
anesthetic
something?
wouldn't keep working if you're suddenly drowning, but
I know, I'm
No,
almost
it's-
done. We're discussing.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying you should go for 6 more hours. Do the 9
Right.
hours.
That would be
Alright, so
almost
yes.
10 hours, Noah.
Yeah, I'm talking about today, though.
That's what I mean. If we went
We'll
for
go for
almost
5
6
hours,
hours,
make
it
it
would
9.
be 10.
Mm. Oh, yeah, you're right.
They go for 5
Yeah,
hours
you
and make
want
it
about
9.
5 hours and make it
Yeah,
9.
5. I can't
No,
do math.
I think my
I'm
body
tired.
would actually, want to off itself if I only got 4
Wow,
hours, of,
dramatic.
3 hours of sleep.
Dramatic. Dramatic.
About
You're
20.
mad.
No, you stay
Are
up
we
for
still
5
going?
more hours.
You
All
guys
right.
want to do the dope bonus?
I'm
Okay,
gonna
yeah.
you guys have fun with that. I'm going to bed.
No, we're
John,
not.
no, you
what do you-
can't. You have
Heartless,
to
what do you
stay
mean?
here.
talk
I have
about
to
this?
use
That's
the
not happening
bathroom,
tonight.
and then I am going
Let's all
to
talk over
bed.
each other.
No, I'm going to bed. You're gonna stay here.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
All right.
Yes,
I hope
you
you guys
Only what do you
enjoyed. This
say?
has been
Listen,
Supersonic
listen,
1014. I'll catch you guys. We're not doing member game night tomorrow. Heartless, when would be a good day for that?
Maybe Thursday.
Maybe Thursday. I'll catch you guys maybe Thursday. Unless I decide to stream to something tomorrow. We'll
Fuck
see.
Thursday.
Maybe, baby.
Maybe more of this. Maybe something new. We'll see.
Or maybe I'll kidnap you.
Cool.
All right. See you
And
guys
then no one
then.
got my reference.
Bye bye.
Maybe you can
Okay,
stream
sorry.
Tangent.
Yay!
Hey, John,
Hey.
No one heard what I said.
can you go and
No,
read
no one
shit
did.
before you go?
I said
I will.
I said
All right, see you
okay,
guys.
sorry.